What the hell is going on? I hear myself many times. So the stream is live. Ay, this is super chaotic. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the final day of B Cup 16. Sorry for the little technical difficulties here in the beginning of the stream, but now we hopefully have a flawless experience for the greatest Warcraft gamers in the freaking world. Oh boy. This is all a little stressful. I usually, before I start the stream, I take like 15 minutes to set everything up, but now I got like 2. So if things don't work that way, immediately give me some time, cut me some slack. This is not what we initially wanted, of course. Sorry for all the Remo fans. I'm pretty sure the man is going to be back with working internet in a second. Thank you, Nihilic, for the Prime sub. 60 freaking 1 month. Let's go. FPS seems lower. FPS seems lower. No, I didn't change anything, I think. It's 60 FPS. It's 60 FPS. Is all right? Deutenorium, thank you. Stream is good, 60, normal, okay, let's freaking go, everybody. Can you remind me of the score real quick? Because I was listening to a degree, but I also had a million other things to do, just so I can enter it into our tool. Is it 2-0 or was it 1-1? It was a bit stressful here. I basically just got out of bed, everybody. Well, not really, but 2-0. All right. Thank you guys. It's a team effort right now. But of course, we're not gonna miss much of the game. Source is 30 FPS in Twitch. What the hell? It's 60 here. It is 60. Maybe it's a refresh kind of thing? Is it fixable with refresh? I'm getting 60. Looks good. Shows 60. All right. Let me get the score up. Happy 2-0, halfway through to the grand final, where he would meet Starbuck once again. It is, of course, the B Cup 16. Screw you, mate. Screw you. No. I would have loved to spend time on other stuff while listening to the mighty Remo Demo, who is, of course, excellent in freaking broadcasting Warcraft 3. But, you know, sometimes German internet, man. German internet sucks sometimes. And now... Overlay didn't work. Cool. I gotta restart real quick. I have 60, 59, nice. Stefan the Lügenfee. Ah, shit. Okay, should be fine. Alrighty. We got it. Ferryman. Love you guys. Thank you for the support. Ataria, thank you. You guys are freaking amazing in a stressful situation like this. Things happen sometimes, but you know what? Warcraft is happening now. We got 120, who oftentimes has a challenging start to the series. Now up against Happy, has to win 4 maps, of course. And here it is, guys. Thank you, Nihilic. Thank you, Zushi. Thank you, Deuteronomicum. Thank you, Flip, for the 5 euros. Neo jumping in, bringing the spirit. Let's go. Sunny Boy with the 7 months. Johannes, Muki, Ferryman, and Ataria with the gifts up. That's the freaking spirit for a lower bracket final who challenges Starbuck in the grand final. So far, it looks like it's an Emperor kind of day. And who wouldn't love to see a rematch of Happy versus Starbuck? Let's be honest, everybody. I gotta make sure. Yep, Happy in the blue, 120 in the yellow. So far, it felt like 120 was a bit outmaneuvered. Let's go. Thank you, Link, for the bits. But I am incredibly curious if this is the regular occurrence of 120's early series being weak before he turns it up. The diesel engine of undeads. It just keeps on happening. Happy with the Lich aggression? 120, as so often with the DK Tet Fiends. A more elegant way, if you ask me, and happy pure brute force. This is the styles clash between the two, and this has been the styles clash between them for a long time. Lich Ghouls, high tempo, big damage, lots of speed. Yurko, thank you for the tier 1. Neo, you're the GOAT. Feels good to hear that, everybody. Where is audio? Oh shit, you're right. Sorry, there's audio. So, since Happy has so much burst damage output in the beginning, he will be the one creeping to get a fast level 3, sometimes even level 4. On the other side, 120 has limited tools to disrupt this, but he'll still try. Coil has, of course, a projectile speed. Nova does not, so Nova will always hit faster. On the other side, though, if you buy some time for the tech, which will be a lot faster for the DK Tet Fiend player that is 120, you can edge out an advantage later on. And that is all 120 is playing for. Pump fake? Not working. And it is a win for you if you buy time. It is a win for you if you drain mana. It is a win for you if you delay level 2 and 3. And at the same time, we have 120 harassing here, but Happy's ghouls have an easy time of cleaning that up. These early games are about every single skeleton, every bit of mining time. If an acolyte has to move, he's not gathering resources for you. And that will delay Happy's tech even further. For 120, it's important to not take too much damage. On the DK, yes, you could go for a ritual dagger, but if you're on a tempo timing, then of course you don't want to waste these resources. He gets the circlet though. Very nice to have more HP, more damage, more mana, more everything, and it scales well for the Lich. And Happy is known to be a little princess, to stack up these circlets to build a super Lich. And he's using Nova on the DK. That means this is a Nova that's not ending up on creeps. And so far, I'd say this is an excellent harass. Even a ghoul falls with the Fiend Snipe. Well done, 120. This seems to be a different player. He gets another one. This seems to be like a different player than the first two matches of the series. The early game works well. Now, a little bit of a risk. If a Nova hits a Fiend and the ghouls are there for the surround, 215 gold are down the drain. It was a risky camp by Happy with the Sasquatch being that tanky, and 120 punishes it hard. Tech is almost complete. You see the difference. 120 is ahead here by good 15 seconds roundabout. And the two ghouls, that hurts. As I said, it's a lot about resources. You have a lot of ghouls, but two ghouls less hurt you big time. This took a lot longer than Happy originally wanted. And this is now boots and claws and ring kind of fine. Now the tempo shifts a little bit. 120 has arrived on tier 2 and he's going for the Naga once again. It could be a liability down the road, as a Naga is a hero that is not undead, so you cannot coil her with the DK and heal her. But she offers a lot of control in the mid game. Oh, the arms were already open. Can't steal the last hit, but can punish the DK a little longer. So at the moment, Naga is used as a defensive weapon against the Lich, controlling him a little bit further. Arms already in the air again, as Happy has so much mana, and now he's putting on the screws. That coil though, Happy not preventing too many kills, uses the ritual dagger now for a lot of healing. And the deny on the skeletons. This is the highest level of undead mirror that you can possibly imagine. Then later on, Naga, at the moment, she's a crowd control hero. Later on, she offers burst damage with Fork Lightning, and we will add a Lich on top as a third hero, and then we'll see if you got the quick fingers to throw coils. against Nova 4. Happy not level 3. That's a problem. DK not level 2. That is another problem. But the tech to tier 3 is on the way. Last hit. Opportunity. Misses it, actually. Very curious. He had the Nova ready. He had the mana ready. And the big ogre not stolen. A little bit of an oversight here. Maybe they're playing around it. Maybe he thought that 1-2-0 would go for some stop attacks. But this is 1-2-0 getting a lot more XP than Happy should allow, in my opinion. But if you get a hero, you slow down your opponent by a lot. But 1-2-0's control seems to be pretty good here today now as well. Statues coming. Tier 3 on the way. The difference is evened out, by the way. Happy with the quick tier 3 tech. And this will once again be a clash of Happy's Frenzy Ghouls against 1-2-0's Destroyer Burst. Tomasz Onyo, thank you.
W coach.
Let's go, 2 years. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Happy still controlling this well with Lich only. Ghouls creeping at the same time. Nova hurts a lot more now. Level 2 for that spell. But it feels like 1-2-0 is in solid control. He's the one with the statues out. And in case you haven't noticed this yet, 1-2-0 statue control is 1 level better than Happy's is. When it comes to mana regeneration in general. This is certainly, I don't want to say a flaw in Happy's play. But 1-2-0 is just extraordinary. When we have the Chinese overlay, you see the differences and it's just... the values are just higher. It is what it is. This is the most important upgrade for 1-2-0. Destroyer morph against all the ghouls. Happy in the past couple of years hasn't found a solution really to it. We get the Dark Ranger. This is the advantage for Happy in the late game. Silence Dark Ranger should be better than the Naga, but we'll see if that still remains true. It's a nice disable. It offers a wonderful synergy with the Lich, who can eat the skeletons that the Dark Ranger creates. And Happy found a big mana potion. Ready to rock. Frenzy is finished now. Destroyer upgrade has started as well. And Happy's 1-2-0's third hero isn't here just yet. He has to wait quite a bit. Who gets the last hit? Was it? Oh, Happy gets the item, but the big one also goes to Happy. Well done. Well done. So both bounties to the Emperor. Another sub to us. Thank you, XCOM. Big nuke on the Shadow Priest. More XP. It's all about XP. 1-2-0 doesn't have level 3 yet. And that's a huge problem. Another kill. Another Happy snipe. He gets all the marbles. But 1-2-0 was stalling time a little bit. 3-2-1 versus 2-2-1. Lich has arrived. Orb is there. Supply even. We get backpacked by Happy. I love this. He needs the orb. He needs the orb desperately. This is the huge advantage for 1-2-0 now. -4 armor on everything it touches. The Destroyer. Heard already. How to get the level now, though? How to get the level 2 coil? I'm not sure if Happy is gonna give him the time. This is his timing. Johannes Mickey, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Freaking amazing, dude. This is the appropriate amount of support for a final day of B Cup. Where the Fork Lightning's gonna end up on. Where the Nova's ending up on. We get web on both sides. 1-2-0's getting ready for 60 food. Happy is not. We're getting upgrades as well. Sharky, thank you for the raid, mate. Glad you keep on streaming, brother. I saw you got some big wins over 84 today. 1930 MMR. Sky's the limit, my friend.
A player's forces are under attack.
We're seriously fighting over a troll trapper. That's incredible. Destroyer bust. 1-0. Going 75 food. Coming in with the creep jack. Happy has no TP. Has to go for it. Nova hitting hard. This time I think it was 1-0. Ring of the Archmagi for the DK. Kinda nice. Going for the statue immediately. Takes it out. No regeneration. 1-0. Also a bit attack, but that was a big win for 1-0 right there. He needs this XP though, and he focuses on that instead of forcing the issue. Going after Happy Zombie.
Go Bucky, I guess.
Sithrin, what's up, my dude? Yeah, it's up for later. Bucky can still chill a little bit. We have to determine his opponent. Red spot, really? That's very risky. The boulder is coming in. A little bit of crowd control with a big golem. And the statue a bit misrallied. Might be a freebie for the Emperor. Distracts a little and gives 1-0 the time. Yahoo! Svete! With another 5 gifted subs. Absolutely insane, you guys. You're showering us with subs. It is fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That is, of course, also... Oh! A big mana potion for 1-0. This is the preventing ads for 5 community members. The social service. Love to see it. Big mana potion for 1-0. He has to let go of the red spot. He did get level 2 on the coil on the DK. Struggling a little bit with the Naga, but since the DK of Happy is also not level 3, this might just even out. We have an invo potion for 1-0. Had a quick fingers. Saito, thank you for the sub.
AYAYA cat JAM.
Exactly. That's some great analysis about this game, my friend. Well said. Couldn't have said it any better. 1-0 picking up the pieces here. So close to the Fork Lightning. He is brave enough to expand. That is a little bit of a ruse, I guess.
Let's go B2W. Love from France.
Autre Noir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Merci. That was more Swiss. Merci. That's better. Oh, 1-0. Struggling with the red spot. Happy muscling up another attack, but I think 1-0 will be fast enough. That is the level 3. Can he queue another unit before the ziggurat falls? He did queue another. So he's at 60. Happy is not. Goes for a temple now. It is a Banshee transition in the base of Happy. We see 2 more Acolytes. That is 70 supply at the max. The Dark Ranger got very, very, very little progress. I think the momentum is clearly on 1-0 side. Happy Celeste to fight with a level 1 coil. And he's not making any strides changing that. There's also not too much left on the map, to be honest. Upper left-hand side, maybe. But I'm fairly certain that 1-0 is not going to give him the time to creep these 2 camps there. Item on the ground. Slippers of agility. Dark Ranger probably furious. Got cold feet already. 1-0. Did he sell the big mana potion or did he use it? I'm not entirely sure. 2-0 attack upgrades versus 1-0. But if Happy's transition goes through, 1-2-0 is in trouble. Banshee offer Curse. 33% damage reduction on the target. Offer Anti-Magic Shield. 420 magic damage absorbed. And Possession, of course. That could come into play at some point, but I don't think so. Expo by 1-0 growing. He seems adamant of going 2 base in the late stage. But Happy is just forcing TP after TP, and now 1-0 didn't have the resources to go for it. Acolyte's under attack, big economic damage. He has a town portal himself, so if things get dicey, he can just TP out. The damage is done. Happy is finding holes in the defense of 1-2-0, punishing it, saves the statue, saves the fiend. Grande execution, and once again, Happy storming into 1-2-0's base, wiping out the entire economy. But was that a blessing in disguise? Because he was not focusing on that haunted gold mine. I'm not even sure if he saw that. And now he's going to the right-hand side. Interesting situation in game 3 of the lower bracket final. There is no fallback net anymore. This is it. Do or die. If you fail here now, you're out. What do the items say? 3-3-3 heroes for 1-2-0 are absurd. Happy has realized he cannot fight this. With these hero levels, he cannot fight this. And so he's about to change that. Finally level 2 coil. That took 16 minutes. And the Banshees are here with their upgrade. I'm not too sure if 120 realizes this yet. We got battle drums. 10% damage. He sold the first one. Ooh, statue for free. 120 going for revenge. He wants to distract from his expansion left-hand side. It is best of 7. Sorry, this was a bit chaotic of a stream start. I will change it in a bit. Forcing a town portal, running away. Exactly as you're supposed to play it. Now, of course, we need massive Acolyte production. The Haunted is at the ready. And with every passing second now, 120 is getting further ahead.
A player's forces are under attack.
1-1 upgrades on Happy. Big army on both sides. 120 trailing a little bit. The investment still has to pay off. Happy finally checking the expo. Gets confirmation now. He has to act and he is in a position to act. 10 food advantage. This could be the perfect timing. Mana's looking good. Inventory is looking good. Happy has no invuln, only the health stone, and his great control. 70 food. 120 catching up a little bit, but he doesn't have the next ziggurat yet. He can't go up to 80. Dark Ranger level 2 is a little bit of a liability. Classic 120 engagement. DK far up front. He's catching quite some hits. First Fiend down. DK has the health stone. I'm not too sure if you should focus on that, but Happy is doing the right thing, trying to get an Invu potion out. The damage on the Destroyer is so high. Can't coil against that, but that goes for both sides. Destro down. Oh, survives actually for way longer than it should. Now it's dead. Even food. Level 4. Oh, 120. This could be your fight if you hang in there just a little bit longer. This is Happy. Basically all in. Has to prevent the expansion. Next nuke. Looking strong. Happy. What's left in the tank? The big mana potion is left in the tank. Well, 120 has used his already. DK has to retreat. Is always going forward. Healthstone consumed as well. This was the last consumable for Happy in this fight. Where's the momentum? 3 out of 5 Acolytes, but it is a difference maker. Focus fire on the Lich. Nuke! Coil last second. Arm was up. Lich still at 50%. Destroyer saved. The positioning of 120's DK is getting better. Now he's marching forward, trying to trigger another coil here. Lich in trouble now. There doesn't seem to be another coil. Careful, buddy. 53-53. But 120 has to retreat. Everything is cursed. JJ Pseudo, thank you. And this is big punishment on that second base. And with that, things are even again. Woo! What a banger of a fight between the two. At one part, it looked like 120 is holding and 120 is doing it. But then the last meters of the fight went to Happy once more. And he might be ahead now. But 120 is in no upkeep. We're still mining for a little bit. But Happy won't leave him alone. 3 minutes of main bases. Did the Banshees make the difference in the end? Was that the right call? It is certainly a help. And Happy knows if I lose a hero now, it's over anyway. Sell that altar. Neck and neck fight between the two. Invo potion, both on 120's side. He didn't have to use one early. This is the banger that we expected in a match between the two. The rivalry that's going on for almost a decade at this point. Who's the best undead in the world? Usually the answer is Happy, but usually an undead mirror. The answer is 120. Oh, wow, that's a huge bounty here. That's Lich level 4. You know what that means. No Banshee transition. Both players seem to be fine. What are we? Yeah, seem to be fine with mining out and then going for one last fight. Possession coming in. Item was a ring +5. It's not ideal, but a lot of gold. You can cut the tension with a knife. Calm before the storm. We're getting a sacrificial pit. In case of Burrow, the Shade can reveal the fiends. Happy is out of gold. 1-0. Due to that attack earlier, has 1 more minute of mining. He shouldn't engage right now. Just make sure. Exactly, chat. +4. There we go.
A player's forces are under attack.
Shouldn't attack right now. Has to mine out, build the ultimate army. Anti-magic shell triggered. Maybe this is just a fight to drain some mana, get some freebies, but everything is anti-magicked up. I'm not too sure why 1-0 is fighting here. There doesn't seem to be a reason for that. Fiends are falling. Lich position isn't that good. The coil was nice. Happy switching targets. Next fiend is falling. Why is he attacking into Happy's base? Isn't that nonsensical? He has no chance in this fight so far, and I don't see that swinging with the Banshees, with the curse, with the possible possession. 1-0 in dire straits here. Silence on the Naga. No burst damage here, and even if the burst damage gets absorbed by the anti-magic shell, a genius strike of going into that Banshee technology. Happy was struggling a little bit in this game, but when it counts most, he's there, and a very, very questionable push by 1-0. I gotta say, I struggled to understand. There was 600 gold left in the mine. That is round about 3 fiends. I don't quite understand this. Well, 1-0 is now in the precarious situation that he has to win 4 maps in a row against Happy. And winning a series against Happy is stressful enough. And that's not a good sign. Falling behind in levels early on is kinda normal, but then the catching up is also pretty fast usually. So having a DK on level 2 for so long wasn't ideal. The hold on the Expo was good. The first push by Happy against this expansion was good. Maybe 1-0 is a bit too stubborn when it comes to second bases. Gotta say, the last encounter also went to Happy, or the last 2 encounters also went to Happy. The Big Grilled Shrimp Cup final was 1-0's. That was, I think, last year. 1-0 knew that their Banshees accumulating mana. It's better to fight early. Better than 3 fiends. Better than 3 fiends. Interesting. No audio in the VOD since you took over. I don't have a solution for that right now. Yeah, I think this was maybe the pressure being a bit too much for 1-0, and it's not getting any lower. We're in a best of 7. You're in the lower bracket. And you gotta win 4 maps in a row versus Happy. 1-0 has been in quite a slump recently in the past couple of weeks. So getting top 3 is, I think, a good result for him. Regardless if he's getting 4 OT or not. For Happy, winning a series against one of his biggest rival in the past 5 years with 4-0 would give him, of course, an amazing amount of momentum going into the grand final versus Starbuck.
A player's forces are under attack.
Happy this time in the yellow. Starting with the Lich once again, the builds are exactly the same. We end up on Hammerfall. This is also the last map pick of 1-2-0. Might be a problem down the road. But I feel like the last game by 1-2-0, if we exclude the push, the last one, was fine. This was definitely a winnable game at some point. Happy surrounds himself, dashing out a Nova. Let's hope together that 1-2-0 isn't triggered by the outcome of this. He makes the Makrura creep spot weird. Lich is taking quite some hits. DK is taking quite some hits. Always chip damage on both of the first heroes. And this is Lich leveling prevented with just the presence of a DK. In the mid game, by the way, Happy lost 2 ghouls last game. That shall not happen again.
The town is under siege.
Makrura up for grabs. Happy playing around the Nova mana. Not allowing 1-2-0 a hit here as he's using the coil defensively. It is seriously about the skeletons here. Oh, no deny. This should be level 2. Close, roundabout.
A player's forces are under attack.
He took an Acolyte off the grid. And 1-2-0's tech is far ahead. As is the norm, Makrura goes to Happy, but he's hurt. So, tech delay. Income delay. Oh. This has some upsides for 1-2-0 for sure. Let's see if he can get this one with the spider. Oh, Happy playing around the Fiend shot brilliantly. Took the ghouls off the target. Don't allow the projectile to get the last hit. That would have been a disaster. So now it's about destroying the regen, but Happy is, hey, I got level 2. I got some skeletons. I'm playing around the cooldown and I'm gonna pummel you with my Nova. Sorry, this is a bad habit to check the bases. I know. Happy still has a skull. This will help with regeneration. Naga second again. This truly feels like 4 years ago. Oh, careful 1-2-0. If the DK falls, it might be your end. Oh, nuke! This is not how the series is supposed to go! 0 XP! And a DK kill. Happy after being contested at the bottom. Charging up. This is a domination now. Not careful enough, 1-2-0. You know that aggression is coming. And it's not necessarily about the time that the DK is benched. It's about the lost progress. It's about the progress that the Lich makes. 2.6 already. Grande disaster. Everybody knows this camp is tricky. You're gonna get poisoned no matter what. He was hurt already. He wanted to steal it away. And oh boy, did he get punished. DK back. But in XP, boom. Can someone look up on Warcraft 3.info when was the last time that Happy defeated 1-2-0 4-0? It must be quite some time. And since the Naga is going for Ice Arrow and not Fork Lightning and he doesn't have a Lich for the Nova himself, Happy can calculate and outmaneuver him even if his Lich is low. Oh, it was in August 2024. Not as long as I thought. Thank you, Trixie, for the research. And in January it was 4-1. Yeah, well, this is not 1-0's year just yet. Of course, he's by no means weak. It's just not that he's outstanding.
A player's forces are under attack.
As outstanding as he was in 2024. Happy's game is coming together. The techs are aligning, so not even that advantage is on 1-0 anymore. I think it's amazing that Happy realized that with Ted Fiends himself. Ooh, nice Fog Lightning calculation! But he's losing a Fiend for it! 215 gold gone! And more experience on the account of that devious Lich. Of course you don't want to give this up. Every nuke could turn the tide. But the Dark Ranger is out. 1-0 has to wait for the Lich. But yeah, this is so much more Happy's playstyle than the Ted Fiends that he was playing himself for a while. Realizing that 1-0 has a lot more issues defeating the Lich tempo, the Lich aggression was smart. That clicked in what, January? And the control today is on freaking point. Happy is always the most dangerous when he's hurt. And that 1-4 versus Starbuck yesterday must have hurt. I think there's barely a flaw in his play here in the lower bracket. And this is something that we've seen different yesterday. Yes, wait a minute! Nice coils. Damn, what a bait. That focus on the Lich gave Happy time to kill the rest of the camp. And XP is just in his range. Now, we got that Orb of Corruption timing, which works better for 1-0, but only for like a minute or so until Backpack is finished. And then he can go to his own base.
A player's forces are under attack.
Where are the creep spots that you're taking away? Happy is playing a strategically super smart game. Finally some XP, but I'm not even sure. Was that the Golem for 1-0? Yes, it was. It feels like he's playing into his power spikes a lot better than a couple of weeks ago. He has realized the strength of 1-0 and he's dodging them. And he's realized his own strength and he's playing into them. Lich! Almost getting killed there. Sweet silence on the DK. Couldn't have coiled. Another Fiend goes down. This is impressive that 1-0 is still hanging in there. But the early DK kill still has a ripple effect in this game. Has to evasion creep now. Happy's on a collision course again. If you're super careful, I get you here. Otherwise, I know where you are. You want to go for that red spot. We got a heal scroll. Both play around 50. Will the hero levels make the difference? Another freebie. The coil misses too. When it rains, it pours. So many gifts. So many gifts. 1-0 needs a hero kill. And it gets the hero kill. Oh boy. There was no mana. He was 10 mana off. Is this the moment 1-0 has been waiting for the entire game? All of a sudden, bigger supply lead. All of a sudden, he got the levels. This level 3 DK. There was a surround. Doesn't close it. Another gift. But for the first time in a long time, the momentum is with 1-0. Did he see this moment coming all along?
A player's forces.
Just when you praise Happy, this happens. Only a level 1 hero again. But now it's 1 for 1. Eye for an eye. Happy can still go for some creeping. His DK levels are way more important. His Lich levels are way more important. Getting a heal ward is extraordinary. Is this the moment where 120 is flipping the switch? Happy going Banshees once again. Economic punishment.
I love this mod for the graphics. Looks amazing. Less than 3 BTW. Go Happy versus Bucky final.
Let's go. Thank you.
B2W hype.
Abstract. We go for acolytes, we go for ghouls, we go for distraction and time. 120 in Happy's base. There's towers shooting. He's still taking the fight for quite some time. Don't lose the DK again. You got a TP, you got a heal scroll. Don't over commit, and he doesn't. Wonder if he's stuck there a little bit too long, but he did so much damage to Happy. Ghouls, all that but one. And what are you doing with this advantage now? There's still a completed Banshee transition. Anti-magic shield is up for grabs, and Happy knows exactly where 120 is going. I was worried for 120 there for a little bit, but he didn't lose a single thing. Well done. Got a mana potion, got an invo potion, got the heal scroll. Might need that soon. Lich under fire. Good reactions. The Fiend dances on. And usually in a Fiend mirror, this is where 120 is ahead. There was the heal scroll. Coil hits as well. First destroyer down. Second one still up. Statue falls for Happy. This is almost an unwinnable situation. The Dark Ranger kill shifted the momentum completely. Another destroyer falls. Whenever that happens, there is a chance to catch up in supply, but not necessarily here. Careful. DK. Don't overcommit. You got this. Lich in trouble. Coil at the ready. Big level up ahead. There we go. Level 2 Nova. Is there enough burst damage to break through the anti-magic? It feels like it. It truly feels like it. Invo potion. Looking for a nuke himself, maybe. But the coil is there thanks to the mana potion. Well prepared. Happy is fighting, I guess, as well as it gets. Here's the Nova. That's the kill. That's the second one. Chasing for the DK, but the chase is, in this case, not better than the catch. It is 120 putting his name on the board. Happy is not getting the 4-0. And a little dent into his performance here. The first weak moment of my casting here with Happy 120. Losing the hero unnecessarily in the middle of the game. And what a moment for 120 for this series. He didn't get the camp. He lost the DK early on in the game. He got his timings taken away. And then he's back. That was 3 Fiends for free, a statue for free, and Happy couldn't close it out. Is there reason to worry now? Now I know why Naga, right? It feels a bit nonsensical. It feels a bit like you're creating a liability for yourself, which can be a bit unnecessary. But she can be so strong. 120 came up with it. Nobody plays it better than 120. And now we'll see if he can ride that momentum. On map 5. It's still a lot of match points. A lot of match points. For Happy. While you're all here, everybody, tonight at 7 p.m. there is a big qualifier. Dolphin Warcraft Championship Cup Western Open Qualifier. This is a tournament for $27,000. And you can be part of it if you qualify. We got 4 invited players and 4 more people can advance if they win one of the 4 qualifiers. 7 p.m. tonight with Carson. But before, we gotta determine who's going into the grand final with Starbuck and play out the grand final. Happy upper left-hand side, our map is Turtle Rock. Happy finds himself on the upper left-hand side. Will this gnaw on him? Usually he's one of the best players to be able to bounce back into a series, and Happy fans around the world shouldn't be too worried. Cross positions. Whew. What a series to start the day, huh? After the Grubby versus Tyler show match yesterday, Warcraft, the gift that keeps on giving, as well as the upcoming influencer tournament soon. DK by 1-0. He even plays Fiends on Turtle Rock, where ghouls have quite an advantage creeping. Like, they're already better at creeping. And here on Turtle Rock, there's a lot of creeps with normal armor, or medium armor rather.
A player's forces are under attack.
Where ghouls have the better attack type. They switch colors. That is unfortunately not selectable. So it's a bit random. This time the DK is not rushing across, creeping with normal damage skeletons to get at least a little bit of XP till the first fiend joins in a bit. Probably gonna grab the item and then go. But yeah, the most passive early game.
Player's forces are under attack.
And this will lead to Happy unfolding his play. He can even go to the red spot. Items so far, I would say a tiny bit better for 1-0, but Happy with the cloak is also scary, so don't underestimate that. And it is the red spot, and 1-0 knows exactly what's up. Will Happy start the camp? Yes, he's convinced that he can take all the bounty. 1-0 is right there. Big damage. Taking out... Oh, the creep right there. The second berserker goes to Happy. Everything's fragile here. So much damage from the Forest Troll Warlord. 1-0 only has his DK though, but Happy has to abandon the creep. Dashes out in Nova, controls the DK well. Fiend arrives. Maybe to cancel some healing, but the DK is hurt. You really don't want to lose him now that he's level 2. Oh, 1-0 starts to read Happy better.
Forces are under attack.
He's probably not giving up on that spot, is he? Second try. Big win for 1-0. Big win. That was a bit of a gamble, going all the way to the north. If Happy is not there, this is so much wasted opportunity. But now he leaves him alone and gives the red spot to the Lich. Oh, he got a confirmation though. Incredible items up for grabs. Subi Mask, Group of the Magi, Devotion Aura, Flute. One of the best camps in the map, and what we got? Boots of Kel'Thuzad, unfortunately. It is a bit more attack speed and a bit more armor. And 1-0 might be a tiny bit too late. Oh! 1-0 got this. Happy for once, but gets this around on the Fiend. Oh boy, he needs damage. And now, but I don't think he can prevent the kill. Nope. That's level 3 for the Lich. And now the big Nova, not willing to punish the DK as he comes in with the Naga. Is that enough damage without the second Fiend? Repositioning now to not be threatened into another surround. Ice Arrow is on. Interesting. He can't get out even. But 1-0 is clearly respecting the might of Nova level 2. Range attacks. Sweet. Going in for the ghouls. Happy has played this Lich ghouls. Careful now. Can she slither away? The body block by 120 is not enough. It was a nice idea, but it is again an early game hero kill for Happy, who regains the momentum after getting a little slap in the face by having his creep route read. Oh, no, 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 no. Cancel the fiend. Okay, now he did. Now he did. Now he did. Gets the Naga back. I thought for a second he might be supply block. And Happy's back on top. Very much so. Roaming Lich, full pressure. What? How are you creeping this? Really? With the DK hurt and the Fiend hurt? Okay, I guess this just works. Rune Braces on the other side. He might need it right here, right now. He has a TP. Needs it soon. Lich has Nova. He wants this Berserker. Happy gets the steal. Oh, this Naga. Will she die again? Waiting for the next coil maybe to get a safety exit. Or disengage without... Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. DK body blocks. Lich right clicks. Coil to kill it off. Second kill for Happy. Getting closer and closer to the grand final revenge, which would then be the rematch of the winner bracket final versus him. Oh, surround. Counter block. Still high quality games by 120 as well, but maybe that was a bit too greedy. But how does Happy have the presence of mind to creep jack this? Maybe he wasn't. Maybe it was a lucky coincidence. And he wanted to get this camp for himself, but only with 2 heroes. That feels like he knew. That feels like he knew. Naga back, but it occupied the altar, and the Lich timing is already delayed for 120. Happy will soon go for the Dark Ranger. Doesn't have the resources at the moment. And keeps the boots of Kel'Thuzad, which is interesting to me. Could have been a sell. Rune Bracer sold. Yeah, 120 needs every gold coin that he could possibly get right now. 2 hero revives. His levels are abysmal. Wait. He's not playing without a Lich. He probably just wanted to check if Happy is around too. Just sending a ghoul. Mommy, come home! Alright. 120 has to take some crazy risks. He's still got the supply lead, but in the middle of Turtle Rock, there's plenty of consumables. Happy got the first one, big mana. It's oftentimes a little bit of a shift in philosophy. Do you want the permanent items that are on the outskirts, or do you want the battle items, the consumable items that are on the back of the turtle of Turtle Rock? And, I mean, it's clear. It's clear that Happy wants the drinks. Happy will catch up. And he got that crazy, crazy Lich. The supply difference is not abnormal. A couple of ghouls were sacrificed, probably. Fiend transition is in. 3-3 heroes, though. Happy is struggling with the level 2 coil again. But his heroes scale better, are better, have higher levels. Scroll of the Beast is great. Helm of Valor for the Dark Ranger for more strength, more HP, more damage and agility. Another red spot for 120. Movement speed, the best. Endurance aura. Katga's pipe also S tier item. Oh, this is the worst unholy aura that the DK already provides. But at least he gets level 3. Calculated well. With the level up comes an HP boost. Temple of the Damned by Happy. This was the knockout on Autumn Leaf. And now the supply is even as it should. If Happy gets the Banshees out, and I don't think this is the question anymore at this point, 1-0 will be struggling. He's expanding again, and Happy is scouting for it. There's still a Berserker up as well. He cannot expand from this position. Where did the Acolyte go? He built one. Wait, was he on 4 Acolytes for a while? No. Don't have a shade either. This is odd. Off we go. Is this the big one? Is this the fight? Happy doesn't want it. Oh, the ghouls are getting annihilated. Classic 1-0 timing. Call Nova Naga. The Invo potion is somewhere else, but the heal potion at the ready. Big fight. Big fight. And the supply lead is with the Necromancer. Happy has his eyes everywhere. It's crazy. A skeleton was here. A skeleton is here. A skeleton was checking this position. But now Happy in check. Waiting for the Banshee. 1-0 doesn't want to allow this, but you have to fight into Happy's base again. Last map, this worked. If everything is clumped up and you have that big AoE damage of Destroyers, of the Nova, of the Fort, like this can work. But it's tough. Fiend almost saved! DK! What the hell? Out of freaking nowhere! With an Invo potion! Didn't see it coming! Not at all! What a huge win for 1-0. No more healing for Happy. The Lich is in trouble as well. 14 supply ahead. The statues are falling. Massive disaster. 1-0. Bolts of Steel. Hail Mary. Lich kill. It was only the 3rd hero though. This was the moment that Happy was waiting for to somehow get out of this chokehold. But the Lich, in trouble, is blocked by himself. Destroyers are falling. 1-0, maybe over chasing a little bit. DK is coming back, but it will take 90 seconds. Coil too late. There's more and more losses on 1-0 side, though. Never fight in an undead base, even if you're an undead. The coils are empty. What the hell? 1-0 is losing the momentum. Happy is winning this fight without a DK? Are you kidding me? Ghouls were helping. DK needs to retreat. Fiend saved. Fort Lightning. Potion with the drop of an item as well. He was slot stop. This is trouble. City. Downport loud. Oh, 1-0. Did you just miss your final shot? Going balls to the walls into Happy's base. Oftentimes not a good idea. Very few selected players can do it. We've seen Kaho do it. And now Happy got the DK back from the tavern. Big investment. Same can be said for the Lich. Oh my god. Cinema. Act 2 over. Give me the grand finale. This could have cost 1-0 the grand final. Or at least the extension of the lower bracket final. Doesn't regen work for undeads in general? Yes, but this Black Citadel is only attacking your opponent and not yourself. Close to 4-4-4. Lich close to 5. The resiliency of Happy, losing the DK, not giving up, keep up the fight. Kinda gambling on the fact that 1-0 is overcommitting, setting up a trap, and then the trap snaps. These guys know each other inside out. Round 2. Mana Destroyers 1-0 knows the Banshees are out. He has to close out the game quickly. He cannot bank on the fact that Happy is losing the DK again. This will not happen. Massive silence by the Dark Ranger. Oh my god, 1-0 without his mightiest tools. Here's the level 5 Lich. Immediate destruction, but he didn't even skill it yet. Destroyer saved to the side. Happy still didn't skill Nova. That's a little bit of an issue here. Statue, snipe, now. Still a level 2 Nova. Fort Lightning gets rid of Fiends as well. 1-0 with a little bit of an advantage. Macro is good. 3-0 upgrades on the Fiends. These are so powerful. You don't want to lose them. We got a silence once again. Trading Fiend for a Fiend. Destroyer saved. Lich has still not skilled Nova. What the hell is going on? Banshees could be sniped immediately. Happy. Lich. Trouble. Coil. Saved. But can he get out of there? The anti-magic is coming in. It's great. Invo potion. Naga saved. Fiend falling. There's 2 more kills for 1-0. He tore the entire army apart. It's basically only the heroes left. But the Lich! Not again! The big damage dealer. The enabler. It's all over. Just when you thought that 1-0 cracks him, he fights back. So strong by Happy. Seeing the opportunity. And 1-0 not careful enough. He had a potion. Maybe he was silenced. He could have coiled. But that is a second overextension that you cannot allow yourself against Happy in shape. Maybe I was a bit obsessed with the Lich levels. I'm sorry about that. Oh, with the Nova levels, I guess. But Emperor remains. And we get a Russia versus Slovenia grand final in B Cup. The Western scene taken over. No Korean, no Chinese. It is Happy versus Starbuck. The big rematch. Probably one of the biggest matches that you can possibly get in Warcraft 3 in 2025. Can't help but feel that 1-0 could have played a lower bracket final. There were chances. 1-0 coming out of a slump. Let me put that in perspective real quick. 1-0 fell out of the top 10 of the ELO ranking just 2 weeks ago. Now he makes a top 3 run. Really good. Back. Not in tip-top shape, but he's a competitor for the tournaments to come. 1000%. And now Happy has a tough task, and that is to defeat the Pally and the Rifles. Wow. Thousands of people watching. Amazing. Amazing. This feels so good to see these big numbers again. Pally Rifle alert, of course. This will be the task. This was the task for Happy. I feel like he could have gone into this lower bracket final pretty confident. He's in better shape than 1-0 at the moment, everybody knows. So for him to defeat 1-0, definitely tough work. But there have been weeks and months where this was tougher. If you know Happy a little bit, he's getting eaten up by defeats like the one he has received yesterday. I wouldn't be too surprised if Dimitri Kostin didn't sleep yesterday. And that he was grinding to overcome the Pally and the Rifles. The scene is divided into pro Pally Rifle and anti Pally Rifle. And this is the story for the grand final. I need a coffee because, you know, I wasn't supposed to cast. No shower whatsoever, but due to technical difficulties, I'm here, and there's no match that I would rather cast than Starbuck versus Happy. Be right back. Dorfo, thank you for the sub. 52 months. This was in the middle of the fight, so I had to turn up the alerts there. Thanks for all the entertainment. Have a wonderful week. Let's go Happy. Destroy 1-0 and show how easily Pally Rifle can be beaten. Abstract again, love the mod for the graphics. JJ Xutu, Autre Noir, Seto, Suerte with the 5 gifted, Cithrin coming in, Sharky with the raid, Johannes with the 5 gifted, XCOM, Tomasz, Yurko, Link, Ataria, Ferryman, and so many others. Thank you guys for the support. If you'd like to support us, back to warcraft.com/support. And usually at B-Cup, it takes a little while to get running. Happy might need a little bit of a break. He would definitely deserve that break. Let me give you something to click, everybody. Which team are you on? Pro Pala Rifle, anti Pala Rifle. Disregarding the grand final coming up, I'm very curious. I'm very curious what the percentages are. Isn't there another tournament today? There is another tournament today. That's the dwcc Western Qualifier. Please do me a favor and sign up for that. We got a $1,100 Western Qualifier and the chance to participate in a $21,000 tournament. And just that we have this opportunity is already fantastic enough. That there's so much money behind it is even better. This is the link on challenge so far. Abysmal signups. Please, 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 please raise the numbers, guys. Tonight at 7. Tomorrow with another open qualifier. Next week, 2 more qualifiers. Show the sponsor, the gracious, gracious sponsor, Hi Toon Toon, that we are a scene that deserves the support. I want the entire Western scene in there. There's no CIS region. They have their own qualifier. This is your chance. Ay, ay, ay. The numbers are coming in. The forecast. It is a very one-sided poll. It is a very one-sided poll, everybody. That was to be expected. I guess it's pretty clear where it's at. What a day. What a day. Of course, this is a great time for Warcraft in general. Yesterday, we had over 80,000 people watching Warcraft 3. And these people, they're coming. They're coming to the ladder. They're coming for the grind. As you see the latest War 3 Champions developments here, the one-on-one section of War 3 Champions has now tied with Direct Strike almost. We are on a crazy high when it comes to activity. This is the time to go onto the War 3 Champions ladder. To go onto the War 3 Champions ladder, learn the game, show your skills. And for everyone who wasn't there yesterday, greatest appreciation for Grubby, who single-handedly brings thousands of people to this game. Oh, he's a WoW Andy now. Get lost. This guy's heart is pumping Warcraft 3. And it's not gonna stop. There's another tournament coming with all the creators. And when $1 billion company can't get advertisement right and deliver the product that we want and deserve. Grubby is bringing in the numbers. Grubby is bringing in the numbers. The game has started, everybody. The majority is anti-pally rifle. This is the last game of B Cup 16. This is $8,300 on the line. This is the two best players that the West has to offer. It is the Emperor Happy, who has won B Cup Book 4, who is the reigning and defending champion. And he is up against Starbuck, the Slovenian Silverhand, who defeated him already in Dubai, who basically single-handedly established Pally Rifle into the pro scene. And this is probably, at the moment, alongside Fortitude, the scariest opponent that Happy has. This is the first grand final for Starbuck in his Warcraft 3 career in a big international tournament. And he is up against the best. Can he keep his nerves together? Is this A-class Starbuck, as we've seen yesterday? On this patch, it is 6-3. In the decider of the recent dwcc in the winner bracket, Starbuck was successful. Yesterday in the winner bracket final, Starbuck was successful. In between, it was Happy wins. How much did Happy learn from his grind yesterday? How much is he able to change in comparison to the series yesterday? Yesterday, it was the most one-sided series that I've seen from a non-Fortitude player against Happy ever. Is this going to change now? Let's go. Best of 7, 4 maps to the championship. Happy on the right-hand side, opening up with the build that a lot of people were yelling at the Discords, at the Reddits, everywhere, the Twitch chat, of course. Get lost with your DK, gimme that Beetle Boy, and it is the Crypt Lord. And we are so happy to see this unfold. For Starbuck's build, we don't have to even look into the main base. It is the Pally Rifle. It is the best build. It is the strongest build. And Starbuck is one of the top 2 players with that build. How much can he adjust in comparison to the winner bracket final? It is a new challenge. Yesterday, Happy handicapped himself a little bit. With his openings, with his aggression that led to nowhere. The Crypt Lord scales with expansions. The Crypt Lord scales in mass. Turtle Rock is one of the hardest maps to expand on, but if someone can do it, it's probably gonna be Happy. And how good is Starbuck against this style? I said to Starbuck yesterday, bro, this looked like you're winning the Paralympics 100-meter sprint with the Formula 1 car. And it did. Happy, Turtle Rock, Expo. So far, Starbuck doesn't have too much. He has some militia. He's going for some creeping. And this is quite a big camp already. A bit unlucky that the units are retreating, and that gives Happy the full red spot with no cannibalize, but with a richer dagger. Thank you, Hiob51. Orcs smell. Well, they made it to the top 4, but not to the top 2. Sobi mask for the Crypt Lord at the moment is incredible. More mana, more beetles, more crypt speed, more everything. Later, the Blood Mage can of course feast at that mana and just take it all away. Double Mantle of Intelligence as well. Oh, this will turn into a Blood Mage buffet later on. But Happy with the quick level 3, with the right adjustments. With the second base coming up. For Starbuck, it is now all about tempo. Get the levels up, he's left alone. This is very fishy. And he must know that something is up and that Happy is going for an entirely different build compared to yesterday. Gets the level 3 Paladin precisely when he needs it. But Happy is now trying to go for counter-aggression. Of course, Starbuck has this in the back of his head. There must be an expo. He saw the item. 1000% he knows. But he cannot cross the map without exposing his own base. And that is an issue. We get the tower up. Maybe a little bit late. Get the lumber mill in. The tech is running as well. Starbuck is probably going to try to baptize a couple of ghouls here. Happy did play this strat before. It's not entirely novel. But there were some flaws. For example, preferring a graveyard over mass production, over attack. These flaws have to be ironed out, and I say it and I see the graveyard. He wants towers. Lots of towers. For that, you need the graveyard. Is that the right call though? At the moment, all that stuff that Happy is doing is distract. Will Happy find a way into Starbuck's base? Against Fortitude, there were moments where he annihilated the entire human economy down to 3 peasants and still lost the game. Off we go. We get mana burn on the Crypt Lord, no damage on the Beetles. This is ravaging the economy at a very, very vulnerable state of Starbuck's game. This should be a lot of units falling, and can Starbuck recover from there? And how many losses will Happy take? This is the big exodus. The base is open. Starbuck was blocking a couple of exits, but not all of them. Crypt Lord also not blocked because he prepared for this with a Staff of Teleportation, and the damage is done, and Starbuck is down to 11 workers, but this could have been way worse. In the meantime, Happy is starting to mine. Second Necropolis. He's teching no, he's just building. Okay, sorry. I thought he's teching there. Lol. Wait, no, he is teching here. Wait, am I dumb? No, he's building that. He's not teching yet. He has 3 Necropolis, but no tech. He has no lumber. What? Blood Mage! Intercepted! Perfect impale, perfect moment. But there's Banish first. Okay, keep him stuck, keep him surrounded. Lets him get out of there. Huge mistake. Could have easily killed this Blood Mage. It is a little bit of a win that this is now no Siphon mana. And there is, of course, going to be another chance. Banish again. But he's surrounded now. Staff at the ready. No disable. Should be fine. Also got the cloak. So a little bit of wasted time. And this is all economy for Happy. Gets another surround in. There is no staff, only a TP, plus the Holy Light and the rifle damage. Maybe a little bit of a trap there as well for some free damage. Happy is losing a lot of momentum. Now he's teching. This is so late. 8 minutes. And here's the rifle push. Big mana. Oh my god, is that a lucky find, of course. He doesn't have Siphon. He wouldn't have had infinite mana, which is what makes the Paladin so scary. And instead, he gets the big mana. The next Ghoul Flood is coming in, and let's be honest, guys. This has to crush Starbuck's base almost. But it is 16 ghouls. The man who defeated Pala Rifle with orcs and 20 grunts is now trying it with mass ghouls. Staffing in, that means he can't get out except with the TP. Damage will be done on both sides. Happy, of course, on 2 bases. Blocking with the Spirit Tower, trying to repair. No income here, but he does have income on the left-hand side. Starbuck at the moment, no income whatsoever. Half of the army is not very effective, to be honest. The towers are still standing there. Not too sure if Happy is maneuvering this correctly, but the militia looking fine for now. Question is for how long and when can you force that town port. I think the tower focus is amazing. Happy! TP! What? 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 Is that on purpose? It must be on purpose. It must be on purpose to leave the ghouls behind, to leave the beetles behind, and to ravage this base even more. Happy back to his StarCraft roots when his base is getting ravaged. His base is gone, isn't it? There's 2 workers left. Tower's gone. Big XP now, of course. If you can block the exit. Double kill, triple kill, quad kill. Happy is down to 18 food. It feels like an overcommitment. But who are we to judge the Emperor? Cryptlord coming back. 110 seconds without your hero. And due to the base being killed, or the acolytes at least, he can't go for the tavern revive. Starbuck is feasting on these ghouls. With double crypt and cheap ghouls, you can of course muscle up an army again. And Starbuck needs the big economic regrowth. He was down to 2 workers. He could have sent the ghouls to lumber and TP, go to the expo and heal there to keep the Cryptlord on the map. Then he would have portaled with the beetles, but at least the ghouls would have been there. So I understand that he wanted to stay there longer, but there were other ways around it. If you send the ghouls to lumber, they count as workers and they are not part of the town portal. It was chaotic. It was hectic. It is a great start to our grand final. No towers up. Floodgates open. Militia called immediately. He wants to win this with his expansion on the left-hand side. Spirit Towers helping. Next one cancelled. Happy has so many ziggurats. And Starbuck can't crack this base anymore, it seems. This is open. I feel like Starbuck is running out of options with his 5 workers he got left. This time, no mass ghouls part of the attack, rather of the defense. Happy is just walking it off and he's mining and mining and mining. I love this shop here. Love it. And Happy is just ignoring the siege.
Player's forces are under attack.
And Starbuck's plays don't work out. The Blood Mage is useless. There is no fights. Impale! Perfect impale! Oh my god! What a setup! The paladin isn't here. The staff is on cooldown for 40 seconds. The rifles are suffering big time. This is an easy kill if you follow. And this is another one. Did Happy crack the code? Separate the pally and the blood mage and your life is so much easier. Down to 4 lousy riflemen. 4.7 versus 4.6. Super interesting, by the way, that Happy is not going for a DK. Maybe he couldn't accumulate the resources. No direct contact between the armies. 0. Don't allow a connection to your hero, to your units. 4 spirit towers. Jesus Christ. It's Starbuck. I got 3 towers. This base is not as approachable as it once was. Happy still has a town portal to react whenever he feels like it's necessary. Crypt under attack, tier 3 running. Towers are strong. Towers are very strong, but it's all about economy. If you take out the workers here, you're still in the grand spot because you are the one mining, but you might be able... Oh, the heal scroll! So much value! This goes for both sides, though. We've seen this before, especially by Fortitude, how much impact this has. And now the pally is stuck! next to his farm. He thinks, fix farms, fix farms. He can't get out. The militia are trying everything. The divine shield is at the ready. And Happy opens up that surround. This is too many losses. Once again, a little bit of a bait. And now the Crypt Lord himself is surrounded. Will he town portal out this time is the question. Once we see the animation, we're gonna look into the base. How much damage was done? The crypt is gone, gonna be rebuilt. Would love to see more production buildings on the left-hand side. Happy losing a lot again. This is the new main, and he is doubling down on the crypts at the expansion. Going tier 3 as well. These ghouls will become more and more scary. Once again, no pally here. Happy is playing around the limited mobility of the paladin. Yes, he can stab. Yes, he can TP, but that's about it. You don't want to TP because you want to keep the siege up with the rifles and the blood mage, and you then need the staff defensively. I think this is incredibly smart by Happy, who has again a formidable ghoul army, but no TP anymore, has to rebuy it. Crypt down, no production, one would think, but then you look into the left hand side and it's all as it was before. Alpha Machine, thank you for the 30 month. This is Warcraft, everybody. Quite some elements of a StarCraft game.
A player's forces are
Both StarCraft players before, competitive StarCraft players. They know how to use their assets to full effect. Triple, crypt, ghouls. This is the saddest unit diversity, obviously. But this might be the only way. Level 5 on the Crypt Lord. Aiming for the beetles, aiming for the towers, leaving the paladin alone now, as he knows that divine shield will be up, so it's kind of nonsensical to go for damage. It's about the towers, and it's about disrupting this economy. We check the main bases, 4,900 here, 4,200 here, and this was also under attack. Crazy game. But the big difference is this base. Now, Happy has arrived on tier 3. He has the frenzy. Invis on the Pit Lord, so he can't be siphoned. And Starbuck doesn't necessarily know where he is. We have a flank on the right hand side. More ghouls. Again, relentless. How many ghouls gave their life for the stage of the game that Happy is in right now? Impressive, by the way, how Starbuck is able to overcome this economy harass. Was able to muscle up 8 rifles once again. But for the first time, the staff is on cooldown and there's no TP. Will this be the attack that completely breaks Starbuck? Tower down, economy down. Has to evacuate here somehow. Rushing back as much as you can. Rush. The towers are falling once again. This is a huge opener for Happy into the late game. The beetles are incredibly strong. No mana to be siphoned here. No statues to be siphoned. And now we TP as the damage is done and the ghouls are safe and the progress is not visible. Here we go. How different a series can look from one day to the next. When the entire scene is crying, nerf this, nerf that, delete this hero, delete this unit. Happy goes back to the drawing board and comes up with a new approach with the available tools. And this is the difference between a Reddit balance whiner and a former world champion. To be honest, I was balance whining yesterday as well. One of you. Starbuck is getting, I think, more intelligent in the defense. He starts to read the game better. He doesn't read this one. And that is the problem. That is now the problem. There wasn't enough time to get the towers back up. And without the towers, what can these peasants do? Nothing! Happy is back! And he has a solution to the pallies and the rifles. 1-0 for the champion of B Cup. And this tech switch and this different approach hit Starbuck like a truck. Probably unexpected. Probably unprepared for. Mr. Starbuck, you have a new challenge in your very, very first Warcraft 3 International Grand Final. You're down a map. This was a very unique map, though. 3 different avenues, kind of 4 different avenues. The easiest red spot, an easy to execute expansion. Rather big, right? Just because things work on Turtle Rock doesn't mean they work everywhere. Happy has to bring the big guns. That's for sure. Starbuck is one of the most brilliant Warcraft minds out there. And he has some time due to the B Cup breaks in between. Give the man a minute. Let him overthink the approach. He probably has to switch it up a little bit from what he expected. Or to go deeper down the avenue of expecting a Crypt Lord. Because Happy is not necessarily a player who switches things up too much in a series. Between series, 100%. In a series, he's oftentimes of the opinion, this is the way. If it doesn't work, it was my fault, and I'm going to play cleaner, and then it works. Which oftentimes leads to his downfall. But not today. 2,500 people on Twitch. Amazing. If you like what we do for 363 days, almost an entire year, feel free to support us. If you have a Twitch Prime lying around, we gladly take it. Otherwise, we have other solutions at backtowarcraft.com/support. Now things get quite tactical. Oh, I see we're at 850 viewers on YouTube as well. Hello, YouTube. Selinos, thank you for the Prime. Little Drum the Second, thank you for the tier 1.
A wonderful suitor day, Neo.
Suit today? I'm not even suited up for suit today. Paku, thank you for the Prime as well. This, of course, protects you from ads like this. The game has started 2 minutes 30 and we move on to map 2. It is a long series. Just because the strategy worked on map 1 doesn't mean the strategy works on map 5. There's progress in between. There's lessons that the players are learning. There's simple things you can adjust. Movement patterns, positioning on the map, scouting. Switch to Archmage Water Elementals. Because Happy's full focus was on Pally Rifle. There's a lot of things that you can manipulate within a series. And that's the great thing about RTS and Warcraft 3 specifically. To be honest, if this is not 7 maps, part of my heart will break. But hey. Do you have multiple Scully tech caps in rotation, or does it this one? Poor soul. It's just this one. Later tonight, 7 p.m. DWCC Western Qualifier. Want to see you all in that qualifier. $1,100 on the line. If you qualify, $21,000 on the line. Feels like Starbuck was a bit overwhelmed by 16 ghouls.
Thanks for your hard work.
Let's go! Row Hammer! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Was a bit overwhelmed by 16 ghouls. It is rather easy to be overwhelmed by 16 ghouls, 6 beetles. "35 seconds till game time." It is amazing how the Pally Rifle Blood Mage strategy is coming from a very strong 2000 MMR game strategy to be playable on the highest level. And before you underestimate this, there was so much work into defining this strategy. Everybody can pick a certain hero and unit combo, but making them work at the top level, that's the thing. That's the challenge. And a lot of players and a lot of great minds have worked for weeks and months to bring that strategy to the level where it is right now. And it was a group effort. It was a hive mind. The Pally Rifle University, everybody knows it. On the other side, there's one man and one man only, the lone wolf that is happy. Can one man outdo what a dozen came up with? Map 2 will show us where this series is going. This is Starbuck's first losers map. This is Autumn Leaves. I think it is extremely important for Happy's mindset that his approach worked. Because yesterday, for the first time in a long time, Happy looked hopeless and frustrated. This is not the case here today. But I could easily see this become a thing if he loses map 1 and 2 and then the series falls apart. We got a Crypt Lord once again. Happy is sticking to the guns for a long time. We say he should maybe switch things up more within a series. But maybe this is not the time and not the place. Autumn Leaves, very different map. When we have a lot of room to go and a lot of things to do on the map on Turtle Rock, 3 different avenues, hard to scout. Autumn Leaves is very center-centric, if that's a word. These camps are so important. There's a mine right here, which could be Happy's Expo. He'll probably go here though. Bigger bounty, bigger XP, further away. And Happy is playing the same. I think this is probably already a little win for Starbuck. Seeing that Happy sticks to being a one-trick pony in a series. I want to stress this, in a series. He has become way more experimental than he once was. But now he knows this is what I have to prepare for. This is where I have to come up with solutions for the rest of the series. The Pally Rifle opener is so far the same. The creeping towards level 3. And on map 1, the level 3 timing was extraordinary. Speaking of extraordinary things, a ring of regeneration for 2 HP per second on the Crypt Lord is extraordinary and probably one of the best finds he could have hoped for. And the creeping unfolds. Paladin also nice with more armor. This is what you want, especially once the Blood Mage isn't around. Wonder how this game goes when the Blood Mage is not getting surrounded and has to go for banish. This surely took some momentum away from Starbuck's tier 2 power spike. And again, we get intelligence, we get mana. This is one more set of beetles and an incredibly fast level 3. Expo up again. Starbuck must be sure that this is what you have to deal with. Happy is for now. Waiting for the graveyard. He got 9 ghouls. And this is crazy, isn't it? Because Happy is teching so late and he knows that ghouls are working for so long, he can purposefully postponing the tech up until the 8-minute mark. And what is Pally Rifle supposed to do against 9 ghouls, 5 beetles? You have to tech fast for the Blood Mage. You can't call Militia, alright, but then you're getting slaughtered. Starbuck has to adjust, and so far he didn't properly adjust. The damage is there. The kills are here. How many workers do we have? 12 at the moment. Crypt Lord kind of surrounded. He once again got the staff. Can get out. No TP. Oh, second surround maybe. He's so hurt. No TP. Happy. There must be a Holy Light in a second. He got the mana. Baptized, bitch. And again, a high-level Crypt Lord kill. But that draw the attention of the rifles and the Pally for a long time. Did it do enough damage? Happy microing the skeletons now. Starbuck microing the peasant. Oh boy, this is so close.
Not like
And then he gets the kill eventually. Are you kidding me? Show me a scene that describes this series in a nutshell. A 1 HP skeleton killing a 5 HP peasant. Right freaking on. Crypt Lord back from the tavern. Blood Mage is coming from the altar. Starbuck going for the counter aggression. He knows if there's no graveyard, Happy is kneecapped and can't build any towers. Floodgates open. Acolytes have to evacuate. He's rebuilding already. All out aggression. I don't want to be a worker in this series at all. They're gonna be the targets for the next 6, hopefully 6 games to come. Nobody is fighting with each other. They're just taking out the working class. Warcraft 3 once again, emulating real life. Who is this better for? This is unprecedented moments, really. It is so rare that humans and undeads aren't in their faces the entire time. You just ignore each other. And you wreck each other. And whoever comes up with the best economy might win. Rifle down, base alone for a bit. Is maybe Flame Strike the solution? That would be the easiest change, right? To maybe not go Banish, but instead Flame Strike, because there's so many targets and there's so much damage. Happy is fully mining on both gold mines. This looks better than game 1, but is it looking good enough? Starbuck is at 60 gold, handful of workers, that's it. Happy's, we are at 8 minutes, Happy has no tech, and Happy has no graveyard. This is odd. Oh, he's coming up with one though. I've never seen games like this. I've never seen games like this. 22 years of Warcraft. Still innovating. And I love that he splits the production to left base and right base. Exactly how I'm supposed to do. Don't be too vulnerable on just one spot. Spread it out. Just like you spread out your army. Starbuck is a little bit surrounded here. This time the siphon is working. We're canceling ziggurats left and right and trying to rebuild it. Rifles are falling. Cryptlord level 3.7. Pally, of course. Crazy rise as ghouls are falling left and right as well. There was an attack in Starbuck's base. And there's a couple more corpses, but not too many actually. It's still 11 workers. And that seems to be fine. I think it's alright. Economy is a disaster. Can't go rifles whatsoever. And the levels aren't where they're supposed to be yet. And I say this with a level 4.6 Paladin and a close to level 2 Blood Mage. Like, it's surreal. I'm super curious if he goes Flame Strike. In a perfect world, of course, Griffins are the solution. Cryptlord is very weak against Griffins. Ghouls can't attack up, obviously. But how do you get to tier 3 when waves and waves and waves of Ghoul Beetle attacks crushing at your shore? This is impossible. Solid retreats. This kill is level 2 and now we got the tell. Yes! Great minds think alike. Bald heads think alike. Flame Strike is the answer. Instead of staffing back the Paladin who can only Holy Light one target, why not go with Flame Strike and burn these ghouls to a crisp? This could be mass murder very, very soon. Towers are up 2, going up to 4. 3 weren't enough. Let's try with 4. Profit. And I know a thing or two about this game.
Love the purple color of happy.
What the heck is going on here? Ah, creep's woken up. Nice. That was funny. Not gonna lie. That was funny. It's getting harder and harder to break this base. Happy is already preparing a Zeppelin, but Starbuck saw it immediately. With solid guard tower focus, this should be fine. So what now? This is a million times better for Starbuck than it was in game 1. Way less pressure. He's still facing 2 base though, and Happy is, I can't believe it, 11 minutes 50 seconds on the way to tier 2.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's getting harder and harder for Happy to get into the base without losing an absurd amount of HP. The heal scroll is necessary. The heal scroll is necessary soon, and he finds the perfect moment. This good kills for Happy, trades a TP because he has the economical advantage. He can afford this, and he's getting out with pretty much everything. Not too much progress, not even time for 1 Flame Strike. And this looks like Starbuck is blocked in his base, but Flame Strike destroys trees, so he can get out. Sharp. Sharp, Bucky, sharp. True, we have a double graveyard. This is for the wall off, I guess. Acolyte patrolling as well. This is crazy, I'm getting chills. There you go, mate. There you go. Warcraft 2025. Preparing the next attack. Happy is playing Autumn Leaves, very, very similar to Turtle Rock. Vamp Aura, of course. Not the greatest find. We go Flame Strike 2. We have a level 5 Paladin for the Holy Light and Nuke.
A player's forces are under
Wow. 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 Smart. Expanding upper left. Are you kidding me, Happy? At the expansion of Starbuck, trying to triple down on the economy while at the same time dropping into the base. Warcraft has officially become Starcraft now. Zeppelin is crashing. That's your way out. Happy has a TP though, but it's all about the workers. Every single worker is Starbuck's lifeline now, and he's down to 6. And Happy is willing to trade more HP. And I think Starbuck is using the Flame Strike not defensively but offensively to find a solution to break the towers, which he couldn't get early on. This is the TP. Relatively easy. Mass repair. Starbuck is not using his Flame Strike. Is he overwhelmed? Is he too busy saving his workers so he can't use the Blood Mage properly? This is what it looks like. And why would you ever scout the left-hand side? The snobbish, arrogant Blood Mage abandoning his friends. Oh, he had to use the Flame Strike again to get out. Oh my god, look at these corpses. There's so many. The Rex has fallen. The economy has fallen. He's okay, he does see the expo. Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. He wanted to creep, I guess. But yeah, that's gone. He already scouted? Okay, sorry, I missed it then. But that's level 5 very soon for the Crypt Lord.
Town is under siege.
Sacrificial Pit for a shade. More ghouls. We see Frenzy. We have reached tier 3. Triple Crypt. A ridiculous state of the game where both players are just spamming tier 1 units. 3 euros by MW. What a great show indeed. Very, very happy that I'm able to bring you these games. Happy's getting rich. Scout of the Gyro. Soon a Scout of a Shade. These guys will have perfect information. Next attack. I feel like these attacks don't do much though. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Heal scrolls on both sides. $17 ghouls. What those? Thank you for the sub.
Today, happy ha beater luck. I see smiley face.
Exactly. Off we go. 18 ghouls. It is an invite to a Flame Strike. Burn! Oh boy, there's a lot of damage and Happy has no heal scroll. He has to do the damage now. He cannot allow more Flame Strikes like this. But we have ghouls with Frenzy and the Scroll of the Beast. And another Flame Strike. Oh my god, how is he supposed to heal this? Starbuck's kiting has to be crazy, has to be perfect. And Happy is splitting a couple of ghouls to the left, a couple of ghouls here. Next Flame Strike. Happy ARPG-like dodging that. Blood Mage is not taking quite some hits here. And the damage of the ghouls is not ending up too much on the human army. Now he gets 2 rifles. Blood Mage running away. Love that second split. This is crazy, crazy Warcraft. I'd go as far and say we've never seen something like this in professional Warcraft before. Blood Mage is dead though. The hunt of the ghouls is successful. Starbuck overwhelmed in the macro department. And Happy has twice the supply, 3 times the bases, and 2 points on the scoreboard very, very, very soon. Insane multitasking by Dimitri Kostin. Starbuck is trying his utmost to get in there, to stay in there, but the Emperor is halfway back on the throne. 2-0. The strat keeps on working regardless of the Flame Strike. So many fires. An utter arsonist Happy is. And Starbuck can't follow. Starbuck can't follow. Since the beginning of the Pally rifle, we've said this strategy is slow. This strategy lacks mobility. And Happy is everywhere, all the time, all at once. Pally rifle did not work on Starbuck's #1 losers pick. We are playing a different game than what we've played yesterday. Starbuck needs some counseling. By Professor Lemes, maybe. What's up in Soul Ape Man land? It's probably... Is the Ape Man maybe in tears already? Let me see.
The university is growing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Do you think Mr. BBC is eating so much to troll you my diet?
Well, let me call Mr. Ape Man real quick to see if he has a solution and some advice. Let's see if he picks up the phone.
Up in the hat. This is a big final today. No, Mr. Ape.
Let's see if he picks up the phone. Not yet, not yet. I tried to invite Mr. Ape Man many times to this broadcast. He was either busy or AFK. And now he's not answering the phone. I'm sorry, guys. I want this collab. I love the Ape Man. But he's ignoring me. What can I say? Oh! He says coming, sir.
Okay, I need...
Yeah, we need the expertise. We need the expertise. Mr. Soul Ape Man, the greatest fan of Pally Rifle in the world. Popularizing this strat as much as a Lemes did or a Starbuck did. Now he's interrupting his broadcast for this. Hi. But yeah, we have to hear it from the source. What is it that Starbuck can do differently? Freedom! Thank you for the sub.
Ogar. Zug.
Zug indeed. I hope he's not like physically coming to Hamburg now. That would take some time. He's in a phone call with Starbuck? Nah. IRL is calling. Game is live. 2 minutes. Emergency meeting.
Hello.
Oh, we have a high guest here on the broadcast, Mr. Soul Ape Man. I know this isn't a pleasant time for you right now. I hope you can hold back your tears, but how are you feeling right now?
I'm first thing first, thank you for the invite. I'm adjusting Discord audio because my viewers are deafened. But, Mr. Neo, you know that I'm open to new strategies, to new experimentation. And Mr. Tox even told me that Happy was hiding strategies in previous series versus Starbuck because he's playing completely different. Do you agree?
Yeah, 100%. From like DK harass to mega multitasking, mass base, super late techs as well. This is something that I think he tried to develop versus Fortitude, but never really worked. And now he takes it one step further, and it seems to be the key right now.
You know, they say that you save the best for the last, and this is a huge tournament, this is the biggest final, and it's best of 5, it's best of 7. So Mr. Happy needs 2 more wins, and the question is, can Starbuck find solutions because the time is running out?
That's right, and this is why I call you, Soul, because if someone has solutions, it's probably a member of the Pally Rifle University. So, what's your mind saying? What is Toxi saying? What is Lemes saying? How to counter this?
Well, if we are expecting that our opponent is going to lame really hard, we need towers, right? And Mr. Happy, of course, nobody is going to judge him for laming versus Pala Rifle, right? You need to use every single tool in your toolbox. So our is basically cooperation should be around towers, right? So that's what we want to say to Starbuck, make more towers, and how exactly there are solutions, but I think the game is starting, Mr. Neo.
All right. Do you want to cast together or do you want to do a solo cast?
Let's cast together, I think that's perfect, and we are just going to join Flow TV, we'll have the same screen, and let's go.
Let's go, let's go. We have to fast forward, I think, until it's live.
Yes,
And then
3 minutes, yes.
You know.
Gladly time works the same for everybody around the world, so 3 minutes is 3 minutes, right?
that's right.
Let's go.
No stupid time zones. Okay. 2-0. Starbuck is struggling big time after defeating Happy very swiftly yesterday. New solutions, lots of ghouls, and a Crypt Lord. So yeah, I think the Flame Strike idea was a good one. But Happy just outmaneuvered it mostly.
Before we go into Flame Strike, again, we need to have our base secure. Our base needs to be able to defend itself, right? So we need to have 3 guard towers, and also Undead can use mind games, right? So we can't just make 3 guard towers blindly, because Mr. Happy can just go creep or something like that. So Mr. Neo, we need to keep eye on the peasant count in this game. If Mr. Starbuck going to make 2 additional peasants, and we need to keep eye on his lumber mill timing. Because I think if he's not going to add these towers earlier, he's going to repeat the scenario from game 1 and game 2. We want to see Pala Rifle player pushing, while the base can defend itself.
Alright, so if you build the towers earlier, and I think Starbuck tried to do this on map 1 already, you have to sacrifice something, right? So are you teching later because of it, or are you trying to erect the tower in between the tech? Because Happy is not teching for like 9 to 10 minutes, and he will have like 15 ghouls again.
Yes, exactly. What we are sacrificing is the push timing, but as you said, Mr. Neo, Mr. Happy is sacrificing his own timing as well, right? So there will be no super fast ghoul frenzy, which is of course deadly to Pala Rifle, and that's why I think that if Starbuck is sacrificing this and Happy as well, it should be fine. We need to have a healthy base. That's the most important part.
Yeah, and this was not a healthy base in the first 2 maps here. You think Starbuck is a bit overwhelmed in general, or do you think Starbuck is a player who can adjust now and will find a solution within the series?
Well, in Starbuck we trust. He is our representative, and he doesn't have that much experience recently versus heavy laming undeads. So yes, I'm very curious to see what he will figure it out. I know that he's streaming. I know that Mr. Toxi and other high members of the Pala Rifle community are there giving him advice. And yes, I'm very excited what is going to happen now, and eyes closed on the main base, and he's making 1 tower before tech, so he's already adjusting.
Okay, nice to see it. By now, he should have confirmation that Happy is going blindly into an expansion, which again is the case. So Happy is once again not adjusting anything, and I wonder if that's maybe once again a weakness of his, as he's becoming too predictable in a long best of 7 series.
And before we go to the late game, we need to keep the early game alive, and this is a disaster by Mr. Starbuck. He lost 1 rifleman, and his entire plan is to cancel Haunted Goldmine. Mr. Happy is great with blocks. He's going to block some rifles with his acolyte. Can he do it, Mr. Neo?
Looking
Can
good
he do
so
it?
far. Needs more damage. This will cost the town portal for sure.
Impel connects with every single unit. No.
Uh-oh, that's of course damage mitigation. The big mighty hammer of justice might just be enough.
He will do it. The rifleman needs to survive. It's Pala Rifle, not solo Paladin. Rifleman survives. Good. But, okay, the game is still open. I like position for Happy. Ay.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you? Is all
Yes.
good? Sound-wise? All right.
Yes,
all
I
right,
can
all right.
hear. Yes,
I had
yes.
some technical difficulties here, but yeah, definitely a trade. Rifles falling, Expo falling. I like that Starbuck is switching it up, way more aggressive than before.
Yeah, he was aggressive, but he paid the price. He paid price in 2 rifles and a TP, right? And now Mr. Happy maybe will have less gold, but Mr. Starbuck, you know, he doesn't have map control. That's also a problem. With Pala Rifle, you need to have a lot of rifles. And I like what Mr. Starbuck is doing. He acquired Ice Troll Berserker to just have more damage to fight Happy. Because Happy after level 3, what he can do? He will be aggressive, right?
Exactly, and it's not too far off, I think. We have 10 ghouls already. We got a big mana potion on Happy as well. I see the future, you know, I'm the prophet soul, and there's gonna be a lot of workers dying again.
Good news for Starbuck that he's near, that he has Paladin on level 3, and Arcane Tower is already up, so it's not going to be that bad, but still, Starbuck is not pushing, Starbuck is busy, and that's what Happy wants.
So crazy how different this series is from yesterday, but my crystal ball must have been broken, because this was almost a flawless defense.
Yeah, I do agree with you. If Starbuck would be out of position, if Starbuck would be like in the middle of the map, maybe thinking about cancelling the Undead Expo yet again, but no, he was around the corner, and for example now, look at this. When there is no parents at home, Undeads can party, and they are going into this base now.
And we're gonna party on peasant graves, oh yeah. Only one Arcane Tower. This doesn't do anything against ghouls. It's very good against Cryptlord and beetles, of course. But the poor militia have to hold the fort again. And Starbuck may be misreading the play and wasn't aware of that second push by Happy.
Yeah, but still, it's not that bad. He grabbed, Starbuck grabbed small green camp and he didn't lose that much. But look, Mr. Neo, 6 healthy ghouls are coming. But now, all of the mana belongs to Pala Rifle player because the Blood Mage is out. And now decision by Mr. Starbuck. What he's doing? He's trying to ignore Happy army, but I don't know if it's a good idea. Look, he's going to the middle, he's leaving the base open, and what he can do to the expansion? Nothing, he's just going back. That was a bad read. And Happy's going in, look!
Staff of Teleportation technology, we love it. He will be able to get the...
This is kamikaze!
The guard tower is up, but only for a second. Happy doesn't matter if he has to sacrifice.
Enter, and there is big mana potion, Mr. Neo. All the peasants are going to die, and Starbuck is going to watch.
Grande Impale or what? Oh, no more beetles. There's no Arcane Tower, and there it is! Grande Impale. Oh my. My crystal ball wasn't broken. It was just a little delayed.
Well, I can't believe it. Decision by Mr. Happy to go inside of the base, right? With this Staff of Teleportation without the TP, because he knew that there is a full base wall off and that the rifles can squeeze through. And Mr. Starbuck is not mining while Undead has 2 bases.
There is a little bit of an attack, but with only rifles against the Spirit Tower coming up. Spirit Towers were criticized a lot in the previous series of Starbuck vs. Happy, but in this series, I think they saved the base over and over, so Happy was right all along.
Yes, sir. This combination of aggression and towers in a good position. 3-0 looked like 3-0 for Mr. Starbuck, for Mr. Happy, and towers, they were not ready in time.
I'm so saddened for the Pally Rifle University. I can almost not hold it back, but yeah, this is looking hopeless, and instead of getting better, things are just getting worse.
I mean, the devil's in the details, right? So Mr. Starbuck decided to cross the map in the bad moment. He miscalculated it, and Happy, you need to have this killer instinct, Mr. Neo, to see the opportunity to stuff into the danger, into the mass militia, because you have Cripplord with level 3, with mana potion, without the TP. Nobody on planet Earth would think about this, but Mr. Happy is like, oh, this looks good, let's go there. And Mr. Starbuck again, he was just watching his rifles dying and his peasants dying, and he couldn't do anything.
So you think Starbuck is broken now? Or is he able to reverse sweep Happy? He did it before in Dubai in a best of 5.
I think Mr. Starbuck needs to get into the zone, you know. He needs to get into this defensive mindset, but it's not that easy because this is a long series. So there will be one game when Starbuck will play differently, you know. He will basically hard creep, zero laming, and then you have those towers without any reason. So that's maybe Starbuck was still thinking about playing a little bit, you know, greedy without the towers, because sometimes we have this saying on the in our Polar Rifle University facility that it's on the board, you know, in the corridor. Sometimes staying in your base doing nothing, it's better than going across the map and losing your base, right? So sometimes just stay, wait for your towers, and then the game can work for you.
Yeah, we have the same saying in the free for all community where we say sitting is winning.
Yes, in some moments, definitely, and yes, it's good versus lamers, and again, I'm not going to blame Mr. Happy for using this tool, and he's a pretty good lamer, so thanks God that he's not playing Orc. Imagine the Wyvern laming.
Laming. One can call it laming, some others say very strategical, thought out, economic harass.
Well, don't blame the player, blame the game. And again, why we love Warcraft 3, I think, is because you have so many different strategies here with so many different heroes and stuff like that. And for example, with all the love to StarCraft 2 community, not having heroes, not having items, it's a little bit different, right? So in Warcraft 3, you can have lamers, you can have players that fight very honest, like Polar Rifle players. And yes, I'm excited for game number 4.
You are not allowed to lie on this broadcast, Saul. What the hell? Honorable. What do you think are the odds if Starbuck is playing not Pally Rifle, but the off-meta strategy with an Archmage?
Well, of course, off-meta strategy like Archmage Footman can surprise the opponent, right? Because Mr. Happy is in anti-Polar Rifle mood, so in the morning he probably woke up, watched some replays of Polar Rifle, he makes some notes against Polar Rifle, and he didn't spend any single second thinking about something that exotic like Archmage Footman. But you are right that this is the last moment to do something. Mr. Starbuck is 0-3 and he needs to win this map to stay in the grand final.
Exactly. His very, very first grand final ever. I think after yesterday, he already put the champagne in the fridge, was ready to celebrate. But yesterday's Happy is not today's Happy. A whole different beast. Once again, peak Happy with decision making, with micro, with macro, with multitasking. This is the Happy that everybody was fearing for years and that has been unleashed here today.
Definitely playing DK, creeping, and having sometimes even zero experience when he was harassing in last game on Autumn Leaves yesterday versus Starbuck. It was looking hopeless. The entire community in Warcraft 3 were speculating, is Polar Rifle that strong? But I think this grand final clearly shows us that counter plays, they do exist. And let me tell you, Mr. Neo, they look strong.
Hell yeah. And I mean, if the solution is 16 ghouls, then the solution is 16 ghouls. And if you have to sacrifice your tech for 6 minutes, then this is what you have to do. And it might not be super honorable, but if you need 4 spirit towers in your base to hold this aggression, then you gotta build 4 spirit towers. I mean, the Pally Rifle started this, and you reap what you sow.
Well, and this aggression that Happy is doing is actually allowing him to basically slower the Spirit Tower's timing, right? Because he wants to invest into second crypt, into more ghouls maybe. And yes, this is like in the hands of a skillful player like Mr. Happy. Definitely, this dance between laming and towering, playing defensively is amazing. But yes, Mr. New again, we need to appreciate that Happy just stuffed into this base. Like, it's not that easy to lame Polar Rifle player, I do know. When you play like Happy, it just looks easy, but yes, I'm very curious. The map is going to be Concealed Hill, by the way, and for example, Fortitude, Mighty Fortitude, another member of Polar Rifle University, he doesn't like to play Polar Rifle on Concealed Hill for some reason, and he plays Archmage there, so let's see.
Yeah, Fortitude was always a little different on Concealed. Also played Archmage rifle pushes on tier 2. So definitely some wiggle room for Starbuck here. I got a couple of supporters. Thank you, McDoge and Half Wasted for the subs. I think, you know, Soul, we agree on some things, you know. You like Pally Rifle. I don't like Pally Rifle. You probably don't like the Undead too much. I do. I'm a happy
I love
fan.
Undeads.
Okay,
I love
okay,
everybody.
okay. See, we agree
Everybody
already.
besides Demon Hunter. That's the...
Yeah, Lemes made that clear. But I think what we all love is longer series, and we all lose if this is 4-0. So I'm cheering for Starbuck, and especially when he shows a strategy like this.
Yes, Mr. Neo, the game is up on Concealed Hill. Let me know when you have the 3-minute delay, and
Yes.
let's go.
We are ready.
It's a beautiful map with fountains of healing. Let's see who is going to use them better. And do you see, Mr. Neo, what Starbuck is doing?
I do. This is what I like, what I see. It is no Pally Rifle. Usually Pally Rifle was a strategy that you use when you're kind of desperate, when the Archmage doesn't work. Now it's the other way around. Pally Rifle is the meta and Archmage is the off meta. And since you're fighting a lot of ghouls, you need a strong unit or a strong weapon against these ghouls, and few things are better against that than a high-level Archmage.
Yes, during LAN 2025, I had the pleasure of talking with Mr. Dice, and I asked him a question like, hey Dice, I saw that some Night Elves used to play Warden versus Human all the time, and now it's zero Warden, mostly Demon Hunter, and we are playing at the same patch. It was like a Warden fashion basically, Warden season, and he said it's like when opponents they got you good experience versus particular strategy, when they got some muscle memory, and you can't win with particular strategy anymore, you just switch up things, right? So I think Mr. Happy spent a lot of time thinking about Pally Rifle, and probably that's why Mr. Starbuck decided to give it something different. And Mr. Neo, how do you like the creep road by Human? It can be an offensive creep road.
I really like what I see. The Footman was dragging out the Golem, then moves south to the Scout, so he confirms it is a Crypt Lord again. He got the Skull in his inventory again, so Happy is doing what he did the past 3 maps. This level 2, this is a big mana potion.
Hey,
And
look
he
where
knows
this
what's up.
Archmage is going.
Yep, all the way to the south.
Aggression. Yep. Okay,
And this
so when you creep lab first, yes, you can get level 3 quickly with crabs and remote creeping of the orange camp. And you know what the next step is, the Undead expansion.
I wanted to ask you this for a long time, but is the crab like a distant relative to the Makrura?
That's a very good question. Now, you know, the Pally Rifle University is doing well, so we can hire a biologist to make a deeper research. But eyes on this expansion, what Mr. Starbuck can do about this.
That
Last
is...
hit.
Okay, Null Overseer, up for grabs. Nice impale, but Happy got it.
Yes, Happy got it, but the question is, can Happy make expansion? Because, oh, this surround on the Water Elemental, there's nice, because they die so quickly. And juicy impale, mamma mia.
Oh, a double kill on the Water Elemental. No dehydration anymore. Happy is taking some losses and he can't expand as fast as he wanted to. But Happy is still making this as good as you can, possibly.
Yes, but the good news is that... Actually, look, Mr. Neo, we should highlight it earlier. Both players are taking already, right? So it's going to be 1 base versus 1 base. Human, of course, wants to play Rifle Caster. And Undead really likes to play 1 base versus 1 base. So I don't know, Mr. Starbuck needs to do more, right? Starbuck, I think, can't just pull back. He wants to slow the Undead, and beautiful deny by Mr. Happy.
The Ritual Dagger, what a wonderful tool. Healing cancelled by the Archmage. That's, of course, an advantage that the old man has. The range attacks for these cancels. Gotta be careful now to not be surrounded. But...
Impales around. Oh,
it's good. Locked in.
Happy in the zone.
Exactly. He's so locked in there. TP lost. Expo prevented. But you said it perfectly, Soul. 1 base on tier 3 versus tier 2 is favoring Happy again, so this is the perfect adjustment.
Yes, and Starbuck can't even think about creeping because his archmage is low. He's going to use this natural objective, this object on this map called Fountain of Health. He's going to regenerate some HP, and look, Happy doesn't need to. He's creeping, and it's looking quite good.
Also, the ghoul on the right-hand side is taking care of the farm, keeps Starbuck's supply block then. Footmen are here.
And he remembers the Zeppelin drop from yesterday, maybe. Afraid.
It's getting rougher.
Archmage is healthy, Archmage is back, yeah. So Starbuck would love to cancel Slaughterhouse. That's what makes Undead very strong on tier 3. Destroyers, Obsidian statues.
I really like the
Can he
positioning.
do it? And these times... Yeah, Starbuck is in defense. Mr. Happy is in defensive position, and yeah, the longer game goes like that for Happy, the better for him.
Exactly. We have rifle casters coming. That is certainly a timing thing that Starbuck is trying to do. He will push, but that hasn't seen the biggest success rate recently.
Yes, this is true of meta. We were joking a little bit at the start of this game that Archmage Footman is off meta, but the real of meta is to see 1-base. Most of Archmage versus Criplord games are expansion versus expansion, tier 3 versus tier 3, huge Gryphon army versus Obsidian, Statue, Fiend, Banshee army and stuff like that. But to see what exactly Starbuck is going to do with this 1-base, it excites me. Is he going to push with MK level 3? Maybe before, maybe inner fire rifles with Priest, you know, we'll see about that.
True that. You can still go tier 3 if you can find the time. Happy is not teching either, so it's not that he's overwhelming with Destroyers and Lich and Orb of Corruption in a bit. Both players have some time. Happy's using that time for the Overlord.
Important moment. Okay, Happy is disengaging, nice impale, the Org Lord is like, bye guys. I will use this time to save my life, and...
Nice snipes.
Good
Nice.
for Happy.
I think so too. I think so too. Not a great series for Starbuck at all. The impales are hitting way too hard.
Yeah, Starbuck would love to build this rifle caster efficient army and push and push and push, but with limited amount of units he can't make impact. And maybe surround on the Criplord.
Oh, there's no TP! Is this the way out?
Oh, this... Let's go, Mr. Starbuck, go, no!
Oh, you
trying
can
to-
get out!
The tree, it was enough, and the rifleman will die, probably, no. Heal him with the priest.
Oh, it's not looking great. Fiend's getting one more kill in. DK around with the coil at the perfect time. Happy's Fiend micro again. Spectacular. Similar to what we've seen against 1-2-0 before. Statue is taking some hits. If you can take the statue out, that's a huge win. But Happy is buying time and knows he weathered the storm and is going tier 3.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, tech is very late. That's unusual late. Maybe Mr. Happy wants to, you know, play it safe, right? Oh, this statue may survive, repair it. Look at the water elemental.
On the other side,
Elemental
Criplord
source. Yeah.
getting
And
attacked.
another impale. Archmage is no TP.
Oh no!
This pull. Oh.
Sick
And the
reaction.
statue goes down.
And that was a long chase.
This game is sorry, Mr. Neo, for cutting it off, but there's so many these small moves. This game is still so open. Mr. Starbuck, he needs to kill some hero. He needs to deal some damage here. He's not taking himself. He's producing rifle caster, and Criplord can go, but there's one more EMR coil, and Criplord survives. And look at these body blocks. Ghoul is body blocking the priest, and another fiend shot wasn't enough. The priest survives.
When he's getting healed by his colleague. Starbuck has to retreat though. That was his tier 2 timing, I think. Rifles are coming, but it's only 42 supply. Happy's tech halfway through.
And Starbuck is going back. Starbuck has not that much mana. He needs to have some time to heal. And yes, welcome to Undead Base, basically.
Yeah, basically.
It's not that easy to fight there. Okay, so but now you see the Brilliance Aura, healing from Priest. It's giving some life to this human army, right? So levels are getting a little bit better. HP is good. And Mr. Starbuck will probably try to get 50 supply. Look, Mr. Neo, militia is coming already. I think that Mr. Starbuck, he wants to creep the middle with militia because he has enough lumber to do so. And maybe this level 3 is going to be game changer. Happy with invisible creep lord.
Ooh, he did this before with the DK. Can he steal with Impale? It would be sick. No, he can't. Item for Starbuck as well. But this will come as a surprise for these poor militia.
And this Impel, he had all time to prepare this Impel. Impel was pretty sweet, but Starbuck got level 4, now MK. MK needs to get level 3, and yes, Starbuck. Starbuck is going tier 3, Mr. Neo. He's not in rush as well. Interesting. Welcome to the late game.
You were right with your prediction, Soul. Inner fire rifle it is, and one base tier 3 is then all of a sudden a lot more playable for the human with the paladin and the inner fire. It's not the perfect strategy, I'd say, but it's definitely competitive.
Well, as a good caster, I need to give like 10 predictions, and if one of them is true, then you sound smart.
That's why they call me the prophet.
And yes, of course, what is very cool about Inner Fire is that when you have rifles, dispel from destroyers is hard, right? Because even though destroyers, they have nice range to dispel. Impale, but it was too late. MK is already on level 3. So destroyers, they don't have easy time dispelling rifles because rifles can just click on them and kill them.
Right on. Mountain King level 3 is the big timing. Starbuck not shying away from the fights. Good decision making. Takes the golem away. DK has some issues with level 3, for sure. Happy is flirting with the gold mine bottom right, maybe?
That's a good point. And this is uncharted territory for me, right? Like, usually you want to make, with tier 3 versus tier 3 one base, you want to make expansion when entire map is crapped, right? Because then there is nothing else to do. But maybe Mr. Happy will try to do something different. And do you know why Happy has this Acolyte on patrol on this expansion?
No, tell me.
I think because he doesn't like to have idle Acolyte icon. And if you use patrol, there is no idle Acolyte icon.
That would be such a happy thing to do. I definitely agree.
Yes, both players are creeping. Let's check the items. Ooh, round bracers on the MK. I think it is one of the best items. Of course, flute. Flute is universally loved by Pala Rifle players and with Archmage Rifle caster players. But round bracers, this MK is going to eat a lot of coil, novas, and impales in this game.
Okay. Would maybe swap it to the Paladin or the Archmage, as they are less sturdy than the Mountain King. Lich third, of course, well equipped with the claws that Happy always has. Mana potion, Invo potion, 50 food for Happy, so he's a bit more efficient in his gold mining than Starbuck has broken 60 supply already. He's kinda getting ready for another fight or an expansion himself.
Inner Fire is online, so Mr. Starbuck is ready. His lumber is looking healthy, so definitely expanding is an option here. And Mr. Happy is so far banking on 50. He's very good at these mind games, when to break the supply, so I'm very interested to see what is he going to do.
Could Starbuck go Griffins against this? Is it too late? Do you need a second base?
I mean, Gryphons are needed only versus Abominations, I think, in one base, and Happy can't afford Abominations, so I really like Mr. Starbuck army. Just upgrade those rifles and the world is yours.
Of course you like the army, it's just rifles.
Well, if you say that rifles should have like this inner fire upgrade by default, I can take it, but of course the army full of rifles is not as good as army full of rifles with support with priests, so... And Starbuck is pushing Mr. Neo, look at the militia. Militia is coming, I think he wants to fight.
This fight has to save his grand final, otherwise Happy is 4-0 and B-Cup 16 is over. And Starbuck is losing his very first grand final. We have Militia distracted by this Acolyte on the right-hand side. So they will not be part of the fight.
Militia is mostly to build a like offensive proxy shop for Human Arcane Vault and Mr. Neo. Mr. Neo, this is the moment. Starbuck is in offensive position. And look, Happy saved the gold and now he's producing. He morphed the destroyers. So again, we are getting this very like even situation. both players, they broke 50 supply, nobody has expansion, and what to do now? They don't
Good
want to
question.
fight in each other bases, so they're going to meet in the middle. Perfect.
Little bit of a high ground for Starbuck maybe. This is of course an invite for the Crypt Lord, but where the Impale's gonna end up on and how far forward can you position the Destroyers? They want to Dispel, take away all the inner fire, quite expensive. Onto the Priest we go with the Nova follow-up. Great engagement by Happy.
Yes, and the question is how the good trades are going to be. So far, a lot of mana on both players. They are trying to trade as good as possible. I don't see a lot of inner fire, so Dispel from Mr. Happy is amazing. And MK, can MK survive?
Oh, had the potion, doesn't have it anymore. Paladin at the ready, Holy Light. DK is also not looking too healthy. We have way more Storm Bolts.
Lich.
Paladin, too far forward, Lich in trouble as well. Gets him!
But Impel, okay, so Crypt Lord used the big mana potion, and Mr. Starbuck is not wasting any time. Now he's chasing. Okay, defensive Impel, not that good. Paladin is the target now. There is Staff of Sanctuary. Paladin is in the hospital, but we don't have more healing with the Holy Light. But Mr. Neo, I like this fight. Starbuck has the supply lead, but
I
no
agree.
expansion. The game is still even.
What's he doing with that advantage is the question. Going for more attack upgrades, going for more rifle. The positioning is amazing, always to the high ground. It is so hard for Happy to engage.
Yes, but Mr. Happy can always go back to the safety of the undead base. He has, of course, Acolyte on patrol, this time on top left. So he knows exactly that there is no expansion for Mr. Starbuck.
He's trying to get more
Yes,
dispels
Mr.
in.
Neo, what
Yeah.
do you feel when you see rifles with 3-0 upgrades? Those are pretty good rifles, aren't they?
I want to cry, and I'm also very afraid. So, yeah, this is not easy for Destroyers especially. You said it. There was a moment for them
Yes.
when they had mana, but now it's 15 supply. That doesn't do much.
Yes, now it can be the problem. How are you doing, Mr. Neo? Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Do you not hear me?
Okay, yeah, it's okay, it's okay. Oh, everything is good. Your voice was a little bit weaker in my audio, but it's probably because of this tier 3 upgrade going online for the rifles. And shop control for Starbuck, he has invul on his MK, invul on the Archmage. Yes, you need to have a lot of invuls if you play versus the Emperor. Coil Nova Impale. 1 second and the game is over, so I like it.
We do have 2 staffs. That's amazing. Invo Potion, as you say. Rune Braces as well. Holy Light is at the ready too. Lich is not level 3, so the nuke isn't that strong yet.
Yes, with Staff of Sanctuary, right? The longer the game goes, the better, because it's like the reusable item. So the more times you use it, the better, because it's this free healing. It's basically like mobile Moonwell, basically. So yes, as we can see, Mr. Starbuck is not in a rush. He even found one item on the. He forgot about the item. There's a Ring of Protection on the orange camp, but yeah, it's just +4.
Not bad. Is countering the Orb of Corruption, basically. So that's not too shabby. Happy builds a meat wagon. No, now he's
It
switching
was a
to
misclick, right?
Ah.
Yeah, it was the misclick. And yes, late game addition of Abominations, I like it, with the Disease Cloud, right? Rifles are not that great versus Abominations, and yes, 1 Abomination is okay to deal with, but if he happy with like 4, then we could think about the Gryphon technology.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have hated the wagon, actually. In a very defensive position that can do a lot. You can spread the disease cloud way easier than with an abomination. So maybe later for like the optimized 80 food army. But having an abomination is also mana later if he gets Lich to level 4, because he didn't skill Dark Ritual just yet.
Yeah, you are right, Mr. Neo. Like in these slow fights, when both armies are just going a little bit to the left, a little bit to the ground, right, this 1 mid wagon would be great just to spread the disease cloud, right? Because siege damage is good versus priest, but you know, it's only 1 mid wagon, and priests are usually in the back. But to heal the disease cloud when you have a big army, you know, it's not that easy. You need to like manipulate this auto healing because you don't want to heal just 1 HP, right?
True.
when the disease cloud is ticking. So definitely I would like to see it. But Mr. Happy, he has no lumber.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's making abomination zoo. Look at his base. He has 2 abominations already. He's accumulating them to surprise Starbuck, I think.
That's nice. Holding back. Also, the next ziggurat. He's going over 80 food. He will build a 100 supply army.
Well, he needs to be patient. 500 gold is left in his gold mine. Knowing Mr. Happy, he will wait for the last moment. And look at this. Destroyers are trying to lane, but magic damage is not that strong versus medium armor. And yes, it's just a distraction. And look at this. Those abominations are chilling. Mr. Happy is getting ready for the final fight. And I think Starbuck is going to be surprised.
I think so too. He has no solutions against them except the big damage output by rifles. We don't have Blizzard. It's still Water Elementals. No level 2 Holy Light, which is a bit of a liability. And Happy is just waiting for the perfect moment. He's gonna go up to 4 abominations, probably 5 or 6. And with 1 or 2 abominations, it's relatively easy to deal with them. You just click on them and they disappear. But 6 as a front line, this might be overwhelming.
And the real question is Happy going to sell his Black Citadel? Because it looks quite funny, but he done it in the past. You know, the idea is when you produce your big army, then you just sell buildings, unsummoned buildings that you don't like, and you buy mana potions, you know, healing scrolls, stuff like that. Definitely Mr. Happy is thinking about this.
I agree.
And he's going over 80, as you said. He's not mining, so who cares? 2 more abominations are coming in total of 6.
And Starbuck only has 100 gold. His mine is empty as well, of course. And he didn't bank at all. He invested into items, as you said. 3 invo potions, 3 heal scrolls. So it's the mass of the undead army against the sustain of the human army.
And to be honest, I think that Starbuck wants to fight now a little bit, you know, to get value from his triple staff. I think that's my guess, but let's see. Happy's in nice defensive position now. And look, he's selling the Black Citadel.
That is 500
always makes
gold.
me laugh.
It's 500 gold, man. It's a lot. It's the best building that you can sell. And it's not only the Black Citadel, but also the 2 techs before. So this is how the mechanic works. And yeah. Upgrade-wise.
Do you think when Happy is a yogurt, you know, from like a plastic container, he makes sure that the last molecule of the yogurt is gone before he throws it away?
Yeah, for sure,
because,
man.
you know, those containers, they can have like weird shapes sometimes, you know?
I think he's mixing it with water and then drinks it.
With water.
He's definitely a fan of recycling.
He keeps the plastic container for like, you know, to keep something in it.
That's
like
probably exactly what he does.
Okay, yes, that's how his gameplay. Look at his base. No, he's selling more ziggurats, and I always wonder what if Starbuck would lame now, you know, just kill those remaining buildings, but it's. Probably Happy would be just in position. Invisible Crip Lord for the best impale ever, Mr. Neo. Are you ready? No more yogurt talk. Now we are fighting.
Now we go into the nitty-gritty, the meat and potato instead of the yogurt. We apply Inner Fire. The destroyers will try to steal it. We do have Blizzard now, Soul. So a lot more damage on Starbuck, but he's broken. He's 20 supply down.
The bigger army, the best value of Blizzard, of course, but with Blizzard you need to have Clap, and there is no Clap on the MK because Clap keeps the abomination slow. But yes, the Impale was nice, Blizzard is going through. This fight can be quick, don't blink.
Oh, Mountain King in trouble, gets the Holy Light. Still no level 3 on the Paladin, that is a problem. Has to reposition, Grande Impale, oh my god. The damage output by Happy seems to be way too high. The Nova hits in the back, he's on the way to the B-Cup Championship.
Starbuck is kiting, he used the heal scroll, he has better position of the own Blizzard. MK is alive, but I think he's missing Clap, and look, Mr. Neo, all of this HP of rifles is going down, supply doesn't lie.
It is a disaster, that's for sure. Lichnit missing some mana. Now the sustain of the human army has to come in. Starbuck looking for a more defensive position to let the blizzard work. It is insane damage on Fiends and Abomination. DK can't really reach anymore. Destroyer is free to do whatever they want. Now getting targeted finally. Happy has no heal scrolls anymore, but same goes for Starbuck.
There is no more kiting. Mr. Starbuck is trying to hug this Goblin Laboratory to get some help, but Shredder is not coming out. And look, all of those heroes of Mr. Starbuck are low, and I'm afraid, Mr. Neo, that may be the end.
Archmage going down indeed. GG. Happy is your B Cup 16 Grand Champion after being slapped around yesterday by Starbuck in the winner bracket final. Today, the Emperor's revenge. And it is true once again. Happy is most dangerous when you hurt him before. And yesterday, he was hurt. I can definitely see that this loss yesterday hurt his ego. I wouldn't be surprised if Happy didn't sleep tonight, if he was just working on an anti-Pella rifle technology with meat wave attacks and a well-deserved, outclassed 4-0 victory.
Watching Pala Rifle gameplay from Lemes replays through entire night, that sounds something like I would like to do. And yes, Mr. Neo, thank you for this experience. And this is actually amazing for the scene. Do you agree? Yesterday, undead players were sad, and now undead players, they have hope. And guys, I have one advice for you, undead players. Just play like Happy. There is a way to we beat Pala Rifle. Try to recreate this, and maybe with this hard Crypt Lord laming, you will force your opponents into playing Archmage Footman of meta.
Exactly, exactly. I have another advice for the people out there. Can you guess what it is?
Play more Warcraft 3. That's a good advice, definitely.
That's always a good advice, but if you're not following this man, Soul 8man, a commentator legend, here's the link in the chat, and to put it into your words, if you are not following the channel, please consider following, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, so thank you, Mr. Neo. And have you heard that I recorded a new episode of Ape News?
That was the most beautiful moment of 2025, the return of Ape News. So not only is this man providing daily content multiple times by himself on Twitch, but also on YouTube. And of course, people should subscribe on YouTube as well. My chat is getting flooded with Makrura emotes. People love you.
Well, Mr. Neo, I can tell you that you are a big streamer because you said few words and my alert box is going crazy and I have so many followers. So, Mr. Neo, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for the nice words. And of course, we know who the godfather of Warcraft 3 is. And Mr. Neo, I'm very happy to say that the godfather of Warcraft 3 is not going to send us the fish head to Polish Parafel University because there is hope for undeads. Thank you, Mr. Neo. It's a pleasure.
Soul 8man, it was a grand final. Thank you very much, man. Take care.
Thank you. And yes, I guess I need to say thank you to every follower. So, Mr. Neo, thank you for this opportunity. And yes, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Soul 8man, everybody. The rising star of the Warcraft broadcast circuit, I guess. I tried this many times to get a dual cast going with him. I think we had some technical difficulties that we were a little bit async. But, man, this guy deserves a bigger platform. And I'm very, very happy to provide this man with the platform that he freaking deserves. So funny, paired with knowledge, grande entertainment. But this day is not about me or Back to Warcraft or Soul 8man. This day is about Happy. Because...
Thanks, Mr. Neo.
Neanderthal, thank you. It's so easy to lose that series yesterday against the Pally Rifle and just sit back, get grumpy, get annoyed, give it up. But to get back to the drawing board, to come up with solutions, refine the solutions, and just over freaking whelm is outstanding. And that is why Happy is, alongside Fortitude, the greatest Warcraft 3 player on the planet. Starbuck can get close, but he wasn't prepared for today. No one was prepared for today. And I think nobody had even the chance to be prepared what Dimitri Kostin was cooking for us today. He's the greatest. He is for sure one of the greatest athletes this game has ever seen. And you know what you gotta do when stuff like this is happening. You gotta celebrate. So yesterday, Warcraft 3 had 80,000 viewers. Today, we easily cracked 5K viewers. The match versus Starbuck and Happy is, alongside the Happy Lin and Happy Fortitude match, the pinnacle. I'm happy for Starbuck that he got a top 2 performance, because for a very, very, very long time, he was in the top 4, then he made it into the top 3, and now he made it into the top 2. That is the next step. That is a necessary next step. This was a grand final day. And on grand final days, things can be weird, right? You might be nervous. You're that close. We are the upper bracket. This was a lesson learned, but the results stand. Happy defeats 1-0 with 4-1. He defeats Starbuck with 4-0. There's nobody who deserves this trophy more than Happy, and that's why we're such freaking fanboys. And this is why I'm gonna call it for tonight. 7 p.m. DWCC Western Qualifier. Sign the F up. We got $1,100 in that qualifier. The Russian scene has their own qualifier, so no Dice, no Hawk, no Happy, no Sheik. Grab that opportunity. Show the sponsor that the people of Europe and the Americas and everywhere else deserve this competition. And now, into the sunset, everybody. Grande, grande, happy.
Neo is honestly the world's biggest happy fanboy. The way that he cheers for Happy even before the heroes are out of the altar. Even when Happy does something completely trivial, like killing a grunt that has 100 HP left with death coil, Neo goes crazy. Happy, what a god! What a god! What a god! Fuck silver linings. Happy is such a god. Silver linings are for nerds. macro, you're fucking micro. Timings are tight, we got this one. I'm going super aggro. This guy for sure ain't got no base defense, he is so done. To the face, play like a total ace. Send the scrub back into the lobby. To the face, play like a total ace. Send the scrub back into the lobby. 8 p.m. in overdrive, keeping all my shit alive. Gotta hockey up so you can get down. Got the hero when I dive, reinforcements soon arrive. Out of my game, you stupid clown. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, I'm hype. Ooh, you're gone.